What was that?
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dwayne Hale, and this is Mothership Products Channel, and this is the Reseller Six Pack, episode 32, Tools of the Trade, where we're going to talk. We have, 9 people here, not 10, 11 if you count the spouses of the different tools we use to do the job that we do. We have such a bunch of different people here, and all different, niches, and whether they sell and buy locally or clothing, or it should be pretty good. We have a lot of, I'm sure there's a lot of different pieces throughout the entire tools of the trade here. So why don't we go ahead and start off with Tanya? Introduce yourself,
hey,
plug your channel, all that good stuff.
Okay, hey, my name's Tanya, also known as Thrifty Treasures here on YouTube, and that's all I got. Oh wait, what am I drinking? All right, I'm still zoning. I'm waking up now. Okay, so I'm having a pina colada tonight.
Tanya's already plastered, by the way. She's like
right, yeah. Started a little bit earlier than the rest of us.
Might be my second one. I don't know. Just kidding.
Steve and Steph, I think you're next on my list here.
Hi guys, Steve and Steph, Resale Killers. And we're on our cell phone, so we can't put that little banner up at the bottom. We don't know how to do it on there on a cell phone, so.
It's a hop revolver.
He's drinking beer. And I'm not going to drink because I get so tired by the end of the show if I drink that it looks like I'm grumpy, but it's really just me exhausted.
being grumpy. Being grumpy. That's okay to say it.
Yeah, you'll fit right into this group.
Right. So halfway through, you start drinking, so you're catch up with us at the end.
Yeah.
Shane, how about you next?
So I'm Shane. I go by the Rising Grain Picker on YouTube. And tonight I am drinking coffee because I've had a super long weekend. I ended up having to move my whole eBay room and flip-flop it to another room.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a long weekend. So it depends on the topic. I may have to grab a beer halfway through.
How about you, Andy?
I'm Andy. I'm a Fairhead Picker, and tonight I am drinking Voodoo Rangers Juicy Haze IPA. This stuff is pretty delicious.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does. With a name like that, I mean, if it takes you 5 minutes to say it, it's got to be good.
Yeah, right. I mean, look at this stuff. It looks like someone dumped a bag of flour in there. It's just so thick. Oh, it's delicious.
You have to chew it, huh?
Oh man, it is so good.
All right, Jory, it looks like you're next.
Hey guys, I'm Jory. I'm up here in Canada, and my channel's Good Use Goods. I'm drinking Canadian Club whiskey and ginger ale.
Oh my goodness. Call that a mule.
A lot of sales tonight.
Hold on, I gotta say something. Jory, I just watched on TV before tonight one of the greatest heists in Canadian history was maple syrup that was stolen. That's the greatest heist in Canadian history was maple syrup.
It was me, it's why I've been giving it all away.
All right, you're up next there, grumpy old man.
Oh, I'm Chad, also known as the Golden Finger Picker. Got a YouTube channel, Golden Finger Picker, and I'm drinking Good Moon, Belgian White.
Blue Moon.
Yep. Good stuff.
Very good.
You say Good Moon, Chad. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear I've only had that much of one beer. So Blue Moon. All
right, Lonnie.
The first time I tried it was at the Reseller Rally.
Yeah, it's good beer.
Yeah, good stuff.
Lonnie, sir.
Hey, guys, I'm Lonnie, also known as Garage Flips on YouTube, and decided I wanted to kind of cut back on the alcohol tonight. So instead of drinking beer or liquor, I'm just going to have a little Mexican water and with lime in it.
The lime's to kill the Giardia, right?
Right.
All right, Whitney. Oh, and John.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Well, you said your name first. So.
Oh, I'm Whitney.
It's all you.
I have nothing to do with the Cincinnati Picker channel.
You're in like half the videos.
I'm drinking my typical wine, but I will note that this is not from a box today.
Whoa.
From a bottle, a real glass bottle.
Whoa.
So tonight is a fancy night.
got us all hotty-toddy now. Jeez. I don't know if we can hang out with you anymore.
At least you said a glass
Step it
bottle,
up.
because if you just would have said bottle, I would have thought like Mad Dog or something, because that always came in a plastic bottle.
What about you, John?
I'm drinking a Taft's Gavel Banger IPA. It's a Cincinnati
Oh, yeah,
beer.
that's right. That's right. You said that earlier. Or maybe that was before. I don't know. Well, cool.
We
So,
haven't gone live yet.
oh, okay. I couldn't remember when we went live when you were talking about that. So again, we're talking about tools of the trade, and like so many different people here and how they do their business that it could be. I mean, everybody could have a completely different setup. So what we are saying is these are not things you have to go buy or things that we necessarily, we don't get any money for this or anything like that. This is just how we do our business and what we use. So don't take it as gospel. Try out everything that, you can before you buy. But like I said, these are the things that we use. So let's start at the other end. John, why don't you start out? What do you want to start out talking about your tools of the trade?
The first thing I've got on my little list, I should have brought some stuff home to do show and tell, but I didn't, is a box resizer. I didn't learn about those like box resizers or reducers or whatever you call them until I heard Chad and Andy talk about them on the Six Pack show. Yep, he's got it right there. That thing has saved me so much time and trouble and like trying to find the right box. Like $20, and basically what you do, if you guys haven't seen it, is if you need to make a box smaller, it's got the little measuring thing. You put it around the lip. You just score the edges and then cut them and then cut down the flaps. In like a minute, you can make a box a perfect size, and it's just really nice. You don't have all that extra space, and a lot of times if you've got a box that's too big, you're going to go into like, the balloon rates of the dimensions and priority mail and everything. So it saves money, it saves time. It's really, really nice.
It can even make the box stronger too. Like when you cut it and then the flaps kind of fold down more than they would have normally, it makes the box stiffer, I found.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you very much, Carol, for that super chat. Just wanted to get that through. Go ahead.
And when you're shipping a lot of items, filler paper, I just recently spent, I bought 10 pounds of filler paper, and I've already gone through it all. When you use filler paper, I mean, and that stuff isn't cheap if you think about it, because I went through 10 pounds in like a month of just filler paper. It's not, I mean, it can be newsprint, but I actually bought it. The sheets of it are about this big and they're rolled. And I mean, there's a lot to 10 pounds, but I mean, when you have it right there available, it's like, yeah, no problem. It can get expensive.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. What about you, Lonnie?
Oh, good. I get to steal everybody's now. Okay.
Yep. You get to steal the next top of the list.
Okay, so I gotta credit John with this one because he put me on this, and I'm so excited to share it because it has changed.
The IKEA bag.
Oh my
So-
god!
I was at IKEA today. I
John-
thought about you guys.
So John told me about these bags because I think I was bitching about carrying my boxes and stuff to the post office, and look, this bag can hold an obscene amount of boxes and packages and stuff. But the coolest part, it has handles, and you can carry just like a crap load of packages into the post office. Or like I work out of a storage unit, so I'm constantly ferrying stuff back and forth between the storage unit and home to list it or to pick it up to, pack it up and ship it and stuff like that. So I use these all the time now, and I can't wait to use them whenever garage sale season comes. This is a IKEA Fracta, that's FRAKTA, large bag.
And we can sell them to you for $5, which is a really good deal. Free shipping.
If you have an IKEA near you, they are 25 cents. 25 cents.
Yeah. I didn't. So I bought mine on like eBay for like, I paid $6 something for 3 of them. But
See?
trust me, buy some if you don't have them. Try them out. They're awesome. I love them.
That's a great one. Like I said, I was at IKEA today. We bought a dresser, and I saw those, and I thought, man, I can't remember who was that. I think it was John that had those. I thought about buying them. They were 99 cents at our store, so I don't know.
Maybe they're, yeah.
Way
It used to be a
overpriced.
quarter. I thought they were a quarter.
It could have been. It could be. I don't know. All right, Mr. Chad, you're up.
I just have my kit. I mean, there's a few things in there. What do you want me to wait for everybody else to go? Because everybody's just mentioning one thing, and
Well, yeah, don't ruin it all for us, man. I mean, geez.
Can you do one thing, Chad? Or?
Yeah, just do a little.
Okay. What I'm going to be doing, guys, this is the kit that we keep in our car. So what I'm going to do is each time show you guys one or two things of the kit that we keep in our car.
There you go.
So one of the first things, hold on, we keep them. One of the first things we keep is it's a acid test kit for gold and silver. And I just keep it in a bag with paper towel. It's got the stones in it and the acid. So if you ever come across somebody,
off my list.
Yeah, I was going to say that there goes Tanya's top of the list.
Sorry. Okay, that's one item there.
Well, I figure a lot of us are going to have some of these, and it may just be different, versions of the same kind of things. So,
yeah.
What about you, Jory?
My new favorite thing here, I'll screen share it, is me using.
Oh, by the way, the test, and what we should do is tell everybody the acid test kits for gold and silver. You can find those on eBay really cheap. So
They are handy to have.
and watch a YouTube video on how to do it. That's my best advice.
Yeah, I think they're like $10 shipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not much at all. All right, so the thing that I started using for organization is Google Sheets. I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can
I use those too.
Nice.
And it's all copy paste. This is just a media one. There's storage. I can copy paste the title right to eBay, copy paste the description. Done. Tallies up what I pay, what I make. And then I use other ones for sales and all that fun stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, those are a great tool.
Now, where do you get it?
It's just free. Just Google Sheets. Just create the template.
It's like sheets.google.com, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Word and Excel, except for it's all on Google.
Yeah, so I can access it from my phone, laptop, computer, wherever I may be. And then I have other ones for sales, so it just automatically puts in the eBay fees and everything. And it's been the best thing I've done for organization.
There's apps for them too, like on your phone.
Yeah.
It's great for collabs too. Like John and I use Google Sheets for our This Week in Reselling show, for our show notes of stuff we're going to cover. And then for each show, we just started this, each new show, it's going to be a new tab. So kind of keeps on the same.
Yeah, you can share them. Like I can share all the formulas for the sheets if anyone wants them. They're super easy to use.
Cool.
All right, guys, I just made a sale, so drink up. Sold 100 DVDs.
Yes.
Nice. Awesome.
Now, what would 100 DVDs sell for?
$50 free shipping.
Well, it's better than 17,000 of them selling for
That's
$1 million bucks.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
that collection. He's never getting that money.
17,000 of them.
That's about stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Andy, you're next in the line.
All right. So for me, probably one of my favorite things that I've picked up here recently that I've been using quite a bit. So this thing here is going to be kind of hard to see, but this is called an acrylic shoe riser. And this thing is awesome. You set your shoes on it like this, and it makes awesome looking photos. And the thing that I like about this is you get a tighter shot when you're doing your pictures, because instead of your shoes sitting like this, now it sits like this, and you can get so much more of it into your photo. Yeah, and this thing, I think they run about $10. I think I have links to it in probably about my last 4 or 5 making money, my sales update videos. So if you guys are looking for one or whatever, you guys can check it out. But I think they run about $9. But yeah, them shoe risers are really awesome. I love that thing. I use it a lot.
What do they cost? Like $3-4?
What's that?
How much did it cost?
I think it's like $10 shipped. I mean, it's super cheap.
Yeah, those and not
I
only
think
that,
it
but
calls-
I mean, it makes it look a lot more professional too. I mean,
Yeah, and they have a bunch of different ones. I'm not sure exactly what the actual dimensions on this one are, but there are a bunch of different. They have a bunch of different styles, but yeah, it's just the one that I like. So
sweet. All right, Shane, what you got for us?
All right, so I recently started selling a lot of shoes, and one thing I found to make my life way easier is I like to get them like super clean, and sometimes like the more dirtier they are, the cheaper you get them at thrift stores, right? Like you can get a pair of Nikes that's really good condition but really dirty for $3 or $4. So I purchased from Walmart these Rexall dental picks, and you have a flat pick and a sharp pick, and you take those and you can actually clean the bottoms of the shoe and get everything out of the bottom. Super
Holy
easy.
cow, man.
And then
nice.
and then you just hit it with some alcohol and it looks brand new.
Wow,
That's
that's a
hardcore.
great idea.
And this is like a flat one right here with no point. It's just dulled out. And then this one's a sharp one. I use them both. They get rocks out, debris, whatever else you need to get out.
That's awesome.
Pick all that gum out, you know.
Yeah, pick the gum out. And the flat one, like if you scrape it, put some alcohol on the end of it and scrape it, it'll take that stuff right off too.
Sweet,
Nice.
sweet. The Killers, what do you guys got for us?
Steve's favorite toy.
Yeah.
The fart machine? How do you use that as a tool?
It is a good tool.
Jerry's a portable fart machine.
Okay. A hot wire foam cutter. Steve uses this all the time.
I don't mind
Cool.
demonstrating.
Yeah.
I've
So,
seen
Yeah,
those.
those are awesome.
and we've sold so much stuff. Like when we were primarily doing eBay, we just sold tons of things that were, required packaging. And we got real good at collecting foam, which we still do.
Wow.
Good place to get this is that if you go to furniture stores,
Dumpsters.
dumpster type furniture stores, you get clean foam. So we have this one, and we have another one that's a big one.
We have a big one.
The
It's
big
big.
one. This one, the wire is not hooked up right now, but so this one,
This is like a
You
homemade
can-
one that we didn't make. We bought it off eBay a long time ago.
yeah, I can't even
You're
get
gonna have
it
to go
into
with
this.
the care.
Most people wouldn't need this, but when you ship like,
When you're cutting
we-
through a
Yeah.
body torso,
Yeah.
we-
when you're doing it, when you're
Nice
doing a box-
clean cut and cauterize
Yeah.
at the same time, right?
No, but this does, like, there's a jig this comes with too. Like, you could do it like this if you had to, but there's a jig where you could slide pieces of styrofoam. We've had construction grade styrofoam before. So if you're shipping big items, like we've shipped exercise bikes, big, the deli saws, like Hobart saws, we've shipped those before. So
Wow.
big, heavy things, this really came in handy, just customizing the styrofoam to fit the box and the item really good.
But you
So-
can save a lot of money and a lot of space with a good piece of foam rather than
Sure.
putting peanuts filling the whole void.
And you can
You
get
can
it
save
free.
a lot
right?
of money. And you can carve it to fit certain, shapes if you've got something that's concave or whatever.
We have a knife
It's
too,
great.
if you want to get real intricate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a summer I used to do stucco on houses, and all that is styrofoam on houses with cement
Yep.
Yeah.
plastered over it. We used to use them all the time to cut out the shapes of the pillars and the window frames and the door
Wow.
frames.
That's right. A lot of the columns.
So is it use electricity? Is that is
Yeah.
that what it's used?
Yeah.
It just heats the wire up.
The wire up?
Maybe up in Canada, but down here in the States, we build real houses. We don't. I'm just messing. We do it the same way, especially down in Florida.
We just use them to cut our igloo blocks. That's how we get them so square.
All right, Tanya, you're up.
Okay, so one of the tools that I use and I never leave home without is my jewelry magnet. So it's on my key ring. And like when I go to garage sales or the thrift stores, it's an easy way for me to determine if something's real gold or not. And then I have a
Can
little,
you do that again, Tanya?
yeah, and then I have a little bit of a stronger one. So I have a little one on, oopsie, they're sticking together. I have a little one on my key ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got a bigger one that I use here at home.
Nice.
So since mine are short answers, I'm just going to go ahead and show you another one. I never leave home without my loop. It's always in my purse. And
Cross that off my list.
Thanks a lot.
It's an awesome tool. You've got to have a loop, you guys. And not just for jewelry, but for other things too. If there's like a maker's mark on the bottom of something and you can't read it, you know, especially the older we get, like me, you're gonna need to be able to see. So
I got a couple years before I got to add that to the list.
yes, you do.
Hey Tanya, something I do to like for like real small stuff if you can't read it. One thing I found that works out really, really good is on your phone. Just take a picture of it, and then you can write on it, and it'll bring it right. It blows it up really, really nice. That works great for real small stuff.
That's true. And you know what? That reminds me. If you have an iPhone, if you just take it and you like double click it 3 times, it'll bring up a magnifying glass. I don't know if you can see that.
Not fair.
But yeah.
There's another one for Chad's down the tube.
All that's in my kit. Fine, I'm gonna go make my own YouTube video.
Hey, I barely get to talk. I got to get it in while I can.
All right, so it's my turn. Now, the question that I get asked most of all is what lighting do I use for taking pictures? So I'm going to show you, I have an Amazon pulled up, the actual one that I purchased, about $70. It's each one of those canopies, there's a four right there, a four bulb. It's 5,500 Kelvin, so it's mostly daylight. I mean, there's 55 and there's 65. Those are the ones that I like to use for because I'm down in a basement, so I need quite a bit of light. But that's the one I purchased. I love it. Like you see, it's about $70, and it's made taking pictures much easier for me. I don't have to try and go shade out shadows or anything like that. So that's my first one.
Nice.
All right. Well, Tanya already did her second one, so we'll go back to the killers.
Okay. Wait, I want to try to figure out what Chad's gonna use.
Yeah, what's in Chad's kit?
What's Chad's next one?
I guarantee Tanya doesn't even have this one in with what she does. I got it.
Quick hi, can you guys? I messed up my mic there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in. Oh,
I didn't
Nick
even
gets
see
to
Nick
go.
slide in here.
Hello, Nick. Oh,
Is everything working?
Nick, do you want to go next?
you want Nick to go real quick?
Well, I missed the
Yeah,
first bit, so I don't know what you said.
We'll go after you, Nick.
I've got a really old school one, which isn't really a tool of the trade, but it's something that I take with me when I'm outsourcing, and it's a selection of batteries. Put them in your glove compartment of your car.
That's a great tip.
This has paid off so many times.
Yeah, that is
You
great.
can whack them in a Game Boy, find out that it's completely knackered, and then you don't buy it. It's about finding out that something doesn't work, really, and then not buying it.
Yeah.
But
Now,
it's-
is knackered a good thing for a Game Boy or not good?
Yeah, that means it's broken. Yeah.
Wayne, you're still screen sharing.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
It doesn't say screen sharing on mine.
Well, we got the naked ladies coming up, so I don't know where you've been
Oh,
looking. Or the naked guys, I can't tell.
Okay,
All
we
right,
next.
so you
By
are
the way,
for it.
Okay,
good job, Nick. I think you got another one of Chad's out of the way.
Off the list, yep.
pretty sure.
Hey, but first,
This
let me
is
say
not
this.
Chad's.
Let me say this. For every item that these great people show up, if I have it in my kit, that means I'm doing something right. So thank you.
That's a good point.
Okay, so our next item, if you can hear us okay, is one of these little Saga digital scales.
Oh, there goes another one.
Right.
Yep.
All
This
the
one-
scales. Yep.
This scale is the best. It goes up to 86 pounds. So, but they're like $20. You can get them even like 12 if you get one, on auction on eBay. Just snipe one or make an offer. You can get them cheap. Oops, wrong one.
We each have one on our desk too.
And we got them in the garage. We got them all over. But they're great for first class, especially because the big boy scales.
It's also
Uh-oh.
And then
The big boy scale This is for the heavy stuff. This one is a WeighMax, but I think any of these ones that have this long cable are pretty good. And I don't know, this goes up to 330 pounds, which we've never had to exceed that. So that's good. But that's really great. We ship a lot of big stuff. So we use this one, well, not the most, but
we use it frequently enough
lot.
that we needed it, and we needed a bigger surface.
And it doesn't register light. Like we saw that on Craigslist Hunter's video. He said, you know, his scale was the sucky one because it didn't register anything for first class.
Yeah.
But from the ones that we've had, none of them ever do on the big scales. So we still have to use the little guys.
Yeah, they don't resolve that way. One of the things I was going to say that is great about that. What the heck? Shut up, Chad. So one of the things I was going to say is great about that is that one of the things that I wish is that detachable face. Because the bigger the box, you know, that little scale, if you put a big box, you can't see it. So having that detachable face one where you can move the display out of the way, that makes huge.
Well, Dwayne, I have a trick for you on that one.
Okay.
If you take a box that's little, a little twick, if you take a little box and then tear it, put it on top, tear it, you can put your big box on top, and then you can see the screen just fine.
Very true.
Oh, that is a good tip.
I use a little bucket for it. Same thing.
Yeah.
Like a little
That's smart.
bucket.
Awesome.
That
Really quick
detachable
on the
face is
scales.
important though, because I remember when I used to not have it, I would hit the little hole button, and then it would always screw up somehow.
Quick move. 12 bucks, 12 pounds. All right, Chad, what do you want to say?
One of the things you do want to do with your scale, it doesn't matter what scale you have, is you can re-zero it all you want. But at least once a month, what I do is, because whenever you have a package, the weight is written on your label. So whenever I take it to either my drop-off place or the post office, what I do is when I give it to them, I said, please tell me what this is reading for you. I want to make sure my scale is right. Because
good tip.
It has happened before. What I did one time is I accidentally had something on it when I hit tear, and it took it back to 0, and I was way under what the thing actually weighed. So
that's a good tip.
But yeah,
I do the same thing.
I actually have some nickels tied together, and I have those to where I can put them on my scale, and because I know exactly how much they weigh. And then I just taped a bunch of nickels together that equaled.
That's a great idea.
So many ounces.
Hey,
I just use the 1 ounce silver coins.
That's what I do.
Some people don't have the silver, the gold ounce coin.
I got enough to zero in a scale. That's about it.
Yeah, Chad, that's what I do for a living is calibrate things. So, calibrating scales, just like you said, another way you can do it is it doesn't even matter what it is. Just take something and you can take it to the post office and have them weigh it and then say, okay, I know this is 1 pound, 5 ounces. Then you can always check your own too. So just to double check, just like you said.
Or go on Google and say how many nickels does it take to make 5 ounces? You know, and they'll tell you exactly.
Because a nickel weighs about 5 grams. Typically, a nickel weighs about 5 grams.
I don't know.
So you can stack them up that way, but that's not ounces.
Here's mine.
Grams, so
here's mine right here. I just have them taped up, and I can't remember exactly how much they weigh. But if I put it on there, then I'll remember. Because
hey, Chad, it's probably right on
my
that
scale
tape,
is not going to be off that much. Yeah, I could probably do that too.
So that's a great tip because everybody has access to some coins or some washers, and don't even worry about what they weigh.
No.
You don't have to remember that. Just throw them on there.
Just throw them on there. Yeah,
throw them on there.
All right. So, Shane, I think you're next, buddy.
All right, so I'm gonna go for some tips on some pictures. So I use a Sony A6000 to take my pictures, and it's a mirrorless camera. And a lot of times it'll get dust on the lens in there, and then you'll get these really weird like black spots that you gotta adjust out. So what I use is I have a a little itty bitty camera cleaning kit, and it's made by Altura, and you can buy them on eBay for like $12 to $14. And in this kit, you have this bulb that actually blows the sensor. So, because you're not supposed to touch or wipe the sensor, they're super, super sensitive. But my favorite thing is it has this cleaning solution, and then it has these, depending if yours is 16 millimeter wide or 24, because they do differ, is they have these swabs and they're shaped exactly like your lens. And then you just swab it once and it's done. And it's like the perfect fit. They custom make these for certain cameras to where it's just like perfectly fit on it.
What does mirrorless mean? What is that?
A mirror, like a mirrorless camera.
That means that means it doesn't have the hump on the top like a DSLR does. It has a mirror in it that reflects the image up to the mirror and then out through the eyepiece to give you that.
And a mirrorless has none. It's just the sensor.
Right.
That's it. So you're
So what's
just
the
getting
advantage?
The sensor. There's advantage.
The mirror one actually flips it inside.
There's a shutter
it?
that moves.
Right, yeah.
And that's what your shutter is every time the mirror. So a mirrorless should last longer because you don't have a shutter closing every single time. So you're not going to have to replace that. And the advantage is you can use it with vintage lenses too. Like I can put a vintage 50 millimeter FD Canon lens on my mirrorless camera and have a beautiful picture without spending $400 for a nice high quality EOS lens. And you can pretty much put any lens on a mirrorless. Like I have a conversion for MF lenses, like Nikon lenses. I can basically put anything on my Canon.
Todd, the silver hair stacker, says, "Oh, that's too high tech. I just rub an old sock on it."
Nice.
Todd.
All right, Andy.
Oh, back to me again?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So another thing that I really, really like, and I think probably the only other person on the panel that uses this is Dwayne.
Damn it! I know what you're gonna do too.
It's my flip board.
Oh.
I love this thing. It's kind of one of them items that, you know, I don't know if you ever seen these things or not. I actually got this at a garage sale. I was one of them things I was going to buy, but I didn't want to spend the money for it. And they're not expensive. They're maybe 10, 15 bucks. But I found it at a garage sale, brand new in box for $1. So I was like, I'm getting one of these. I figured I would never use it. But anyway, you put your like shirts on it or whatever, and then you just kind of, you fold it in. I actually did it wrong. But anyway, I can do a video on how to do this. But anyway, when you're all done, hang on, your shirts will end up just like this.
Wow,
so it makes like a perfect, a perfect fold. Yeah, it makes a perfect fold on your shirts, and then they slide right into like the 10 by 13 poly bags and stuff like that. But I guess while I got this out here, I'm just going to steal another one since it's on there, and then I tag all my stuff with these. They're just thank you for your business little labels. They come on like a roll like this. Yeah, I don't use the feedback stuff or nothing like that. Just a simple, just thank you for your business. You know, so those go on all my packages. But
sweet,
very nice.
That's cool. A good one. Yeah. All right, Nick, you're up again.
Oh, am I? I feel unprepared.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm not sure how much this will relate to you guys in the US. I do a lot of my sourcing at car boot sales, so it's basically a field with rows and rows of stalls, people selling out the back of their car. And what I have used for years now, mainly because I have tendonitis in my arms, which is really bad, but I use what we call in the UK a granny trolley, like the old ladies would have, and they drag along with their shopping in it.
Yeah, like a little buggy.
Yeah.
That's what this, even
I have
Steph
one
used
too. Yeah.
Oh, has this been done? Was that one of your tips?
This granny used one today at our flea market.
Yeah, I use them all the time.
No, they haven't used it yet. You're good. You're not the only one that has them. That's all.
Yeah, but it was a real game changer because not only did it save the pain in my arms, which is why I got it, but it meant I was taking less trips all the way back to the car to unload. It meant I could get around quicker and be at stalls that much earlier, and it really changed the game for me. I can carry so much weight in this thing and keep going.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, I've recommended that to so many people in the UK, and people have taken it on board, and it really does help.
And if anybody's looking for one, it's in the laundry hamper department at Walmart, of all places. That's where those live.
I was going to go and
I
get
looked
it.
everywhere.
but it's behind the mountain of car parts at the moment, so I can't.
Wait a second. Does it have wheels on it, Steph?
Yeah. I'll show you. I'll grab it.
I had to get mine online. I think I got it off of Amazon. It's a big old buggy. So like when I go to my antique,
Has yours got 4 wheels?
yes, it has 4 wheels.
Ours has 4 wheels.
Yeah,
It
same
opens
here.
up.
4 wheels and a big basket. Yeah, that's similar.
So you
to
got a
mine.
little wheel,
Yeah.
and it'll open up.
Oh right, mine's got 4 big
Pretty
wheels.
good size.
The granny cart.
I love them. And you know what? We even use them for double duty. Like when we go to the neighborhood playground this summer, we'll put all our floats and noodles in there, and we'll take it
good
down to
idea.
the pool. Yeah.
That looks like it's like one step closer to a walker.
Put some tennis balls down at the bottom.
I always say to people, if you're self-conscious and you want to look cool, this is not the item. I couldn't give a monkey's what people think of me. I wander around looking like an old man with his trolley.
I'm proud of mine.
Yeah.
I like it.
Damn right.
But
I
I
love
am a
mine.
All right,
grandma.
Jory, you're next.
All right. The next tool I use, the 2 things are kind of tools. So if you guys use like one of those FJ Pro things, the disc cleaners, actually they're good if you do media anyways. You can get them on Amazon and eBay for a decent price. But if you use that or you're doing anything with Nintendos or gray plastics, I guess I could share the screen again. There's a product called Plastex, and I can't recommend it enough. It's this stuff right here. It's actually for car plastics, but if you use that on an old dirty Nintendo or like old action figures or like faded plastics, it makes it look brand new. And if you use it with one of those Disc Pros or the FJs, it's unbelievable for CDs. It works better than any of that wax they send it. And then this stuff for yellowed plastics. If you ever have anything that's yellowed, stick it in this cream, put it under a UV light, wrap it in some saran wrap, and it looks brand new after a day or 2.
Wow. That's a great tip.
Those are
That's
awesome.
really cool. You should make a separate video about that and put
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's made some cleaning
Viral.
videos. He's done some like shoe cleaning and like Jory
Yeah,
has like all the tricks of the trade.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah,
From
would
years
it, work,
being a detailer. That's all
Would
it is.
would it work on shoes? You know, like sometimes like the sneakers will do that yellowing.
On the rubbers, yeah, I can get the yellowing off with the rubbers. If it's on leather, no, then I just use leather creams and cleaners and
Okay.
steam. But yeah, the rubbers, scuffs on the rubbers, if a magic eraser won't do it, you get that yellowing or oldness, just that Salon Care 40. Or you can use straight hydrogen peroxide if you want to, but you got to use a lot of it then to be able to submerge it. The cream works a lot better. And then UV light, sunlight, or if you're real brave, boil hydrogen peroxide in water and just drop figures in there and they come out brand new
Okay.
after like 45
Drink
minutes.
up, everybody. We have a local sale. She's at our house.
Has that ever happened?
Not for us.
Show.
Nice
Yeah,
one.
right. Krillin, thank you very much for that super chat. He says, Nick, stop being cheap. Buy an Explorer. So there you go.
Hey, buy an Explorer.
What does
Yep.
that mean?
A Ford
I have no
Explorer,
idea. I don't know if he's
Like
talking about a Ford
Ford
Explorer.
Explorer?
Yeah.
I think it's to do with me getting this massive haul and shipping it, well, moving it in my car and not getting a big van.
Oh, like you need
Oh.
an SUV or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the BMW is cheap.
Yeah, that's right.
Over there, it's probably
Maybe you
better.
have to take 45 trips, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
All right, Chad, you're next.
Okay, let's pull out the handy dandy car kit that we use. But let's pull in this one. But yeah, it's the same thing Tanya was talking about, but we actually carry this around, and it's a pain in the ass. But the only time we ever use it, and we keep the batteries for it in the box underneath. Never store your items with batteries in them. But this is a portable, and it's got the little tweezers and the weights for it. It's a mini scale. So when I'm not buying jewelry and gold and stuff, this is perfect to weigh your cocaine for sale. Or heroin.
Oh, you're way that's way.
All drug dealers have these, and there is no doubt that and it we keep this in our car, and if it ever came up, and trust me, because that is probably if a police officer finds a mini scale like this, he is going to test it.
A tip for those scales too. If they're
that would be great to put you in.
And do not leave it. Just don't leave it lay like this in your front seat. Because a scale
on the desk.
A scale that weighs grams is probable cause to search your vehicle. So,
absolutely.
Oh my goodness!
Because this is also not only a tool of the trade for resellers; it's a tool of the trade for drug dealers.
Right.
So,
and not only that, who are you talking about? Lonnie and I were talking, I think, about how I carry this little portable scale with me for jewelry to weigh it, but I also carry the little bitty baggies too. Because I'm always buying stuff and they'll come out of those little baggies. So we've got the scale, we got the baggies. We're totally going down, Chad, if we get pulled over.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to zero those
see
in,
how dirty that is? I went and pulled it out of the car. It's
use it.
Yeah. But
Yours
this is actually
he's just waving his weed crumbs off it.
It sits in the back of the car.
Could you imagine Tanya?
But do what?
Could you imagine Tanya?
No, it's dust from the back of the Jeep. But okay, that was a scale, which I just wanted to. That's an expansion of the scale. But this,
just trying to get another one in. I see.
No, I bet Tanya doesn't even. I bet this isn't even Tanya. You know what this is, don't you?
The diamond tester.
It is. This is a diamond tester, and they actually work. And surprisingly, they work. But you have to know that you have a real diamond to trust this or anything. You have to know when something's real. Like my wife's diamond on her engagement, I know that's real. So that's how I pretty much calibrate this, knowing it will read hers.
Right.
If it reads, yeah. So, guys, if you're ever, and trust me, I'm not a big jewelry buyer or anything like that, but I have it in case. Up in Indiana, we did it a lot more than what we've done down here. But right, Tanya?
Yes, I agree. And I totally forgot to put that in my little tray of tools here.
Yep. we keep that. We keep it in our kit.
Right, because you cannot wait until you get home to know if you have a score or not. You've got to know right away.
Well, you kind of need to know before you buy. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
So if you ever want to zero in that scale, Chad, and you need to know an ounce, a premium smoke weighs 1 ounce. No joke.
How much does a diamond tester cost?
1 gram, not 1 ounce. 1 gram.
I was going to say, that's got to be a honker.
1 gram.
How much does that cost, Chad?
What? The diamond tester? Oh my gosh, I don't know.
What do they cost?
We've had it for 10 years probably. How much are they?
The diamond testers are really inexpensive. You can get one on eBay. However, if you want to test gems, like a gem tester, those are really expensive. They're like about $300.
Yeah, nah. All I care about is diamonds and gold and silver. That's it. But as Tanya will say, when we buy scrap, we don't pay for the diamonds.
Yeah, they do not. They don't pay you for it. They sure don't.
We don't pay for diamonds either. If we're buying like a ring or something and it's got diamonds in it, we don't pay for diamond. We pay for what the gold is.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Next.
All right, Lonnie, you're next.
Okay, so this is something I found really handy. I actually found it at a yard sale, but they're not expensive. This is a Retron. This particular one is a Retron 3, and it can fit actually NES, Super NES, and Sega games, and you could test the games here, and here, the actual cartridges. And then you can also even test the controllers. It has controller ports for each system.
Yeah.
So you can
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this does like triple duty. And I think they might have like a later versions like Retron 5, etc. that might even be able to do more systems than that.
Now,
This
does
is
it just plug into a Is that what it does? Is it just
plugs
into a
it to
video
TV.
out?
Yeah, plugs it to a video out, and then you just select which system you want to test right here. Then you put your cartridge in, and you can test your game. And
cow.
it's way better than using like a real NES, because real NESs are pretty flaky a lot of times. You know, the contacts and stuff like that. At least the ones I've had. So yeah, pretty good tool if you're a video game seller.
They go up to Retron 5, and Retron 5 has an HDMI out, does Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, NES, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Sega Game Boy.
There you go. Yep.
If anyone cares to know.
That's so cool. I'm not sure if they're available in the UK. I've never seen that or heard of that.
Oh, they're super handy. They don't actually play the game though. They just dump the ROM and then use emulation to play the game on the system.
Oh wow!
Really?
He doesn't know what language you're speaking.
Nick probably maybe knows what I'm talking about. I don't know if any of the other one else.
Yeah, I'm almost there with you, Joey.
I was gonna say that.
All right, John, you're up.
All right. I'm going to do a really obvious one. The smartphone. I think everyone has a smartphone, but I'm not sure that everyone knows how to use it to its fullest abilities. All right. I'm going to throw my dad under the bus here because I know he's not watching this. He'll be at a yard sale and he'll find something and I'll see him looking it up. He goes to his Internet Explorer on his phone, types in ebay.com and starts, looking up the item and zooming in and zooming out. I'm like, what are you doing? There is an app for everything. So just don't ever use the Internet Explorer for almost anything. It's just so much quicker to use an app.
You can get Internet Explorer on a phone? I didn't even know you could
crazy. This little eBay app will tell you way more than you could imagine. I mean, they have something now where you can do an image search. So if you come across something you've never seen before, you can take a picture of it and it'll show up and it'll tell you what it is. And it's fairly accurate too. It's not too bad. Not only that, but when you search an item, you can filter, and they've got all these filters here. So instead of just looking at the sold, you can look at completed listings. You've got 28 completed, and then you can hit sold, and it tells you how many of those actually sold. So you can get a lot of information at your fingertips in seconds. If something's a crap item and it just doesn't sell, you'll know. So just explore the apps, talk to other people that use it and are really good with it, and you'll probably learn something.
Excellent.
You get to do another one, John, because you're on the tail end there. So you get to do another.
Oh, we're
heading back the way.
Yeah,
we're doing the snake, man.
Well, I'm going. Yeah, exactly.
You got one?
No.
You were all excited.
No, I'm just excited. I'm currently shopping. I'm currently online shopping while this show is going on. So
multitasking.
Yes, very, very good multitasking while drinking. It's not a good combination, but no.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have anything physical. I should have brought stuff home to just show and tell like you guys are doing.
Okay.
But another one that I have on my list is reseller Facebook groups, specifically the Reseller Society. I've used several times to crowdsource. There's so much information out there. It's unbelievable. Like what these people know about stuff just blows my mind. I've had old photos and like stuff I knew nothing about. Like I've tried to research and I just couldn't find anything about. And you post something on there like, hey, does anybody know? And in like 5 minutes, you've got 100 comments. Oh yeah, it's this, and this. I sold it last year for this much. So all these tools, social media and these groups are at your disposal. So use them.
And anybody can find that Facebook group at Facebook/Reseller Society. Hey, I'm actually proud of that group. I'm one of the founders of it, and it's grown way beyond what we ever dreamed.
That's awesome.
While we're talking about Facebook groups, let's talk about this Reseller Six Pack Facebook group. It's got like over 500 people.
Wow.
Nice.
What was that?
What was that?
That was me.
And if you guys want to be, you and the viewers want to be kept up on where it's being hosted week to week, join the Reseller Six Pack Facebook group.
Very true. All
What'd you
right,
sell,
you're up
Andy?
now, Lonnie. Oh,
Kind of fitting that the Parrot Head Picker sold a Margaritaville shirt for $13.49 plus $5 shipping. So about $20 for a Margaritaville shirt.
Hold on, you had the Margaritaville
Perfectly.
shirt when
What's
you
that?
said the Margaritaville hat.
It's a
you
whole
had
line.
the matching shirt.
Yeah. Somebody stole my visor that lives
That's
in Florida.
messed up. I got it in a bag.
Hey, it was a large. It doesn't fit me, so. Oh no, it's an extra large.
All right, you're back up, and Lonnie.
Okay, I'm ready too, man. So I've been selling quite a few books lately because I swing by the Goodwill every day, and I love doing the books. So shipping books, I've been using these LP mailers. So these are typically used for records, like the big, long play records, LPs, and they actually work awesome for books. And all they do, guys, is they fold up, and they have like these perforations that you can see here, and you can fold it whatever size you want, and boom, 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 you got a box. And so I put my book in a poly mailer. I place it in the middle of this. I fold this up. I tape it down. I put a label on it. That sucker's gone. These are like 40-something cents a piece, and they are super easy, and they protect the corners of your book from,
Nice.
Nothing can hit the corners, and unless it comes in under some kind of heavy trauma, nothing's going to hurt it here or here. So I love them, and I
Do you do that
recommend them.
for all your books?
Most of them. Some of them are too small or too big to use that and have to do, use something else. But most of them I do. I would say probably 75%.
Hey, Lonnie,
It's a time saver.
Yeah, since you brought up that those are the record sleeves, here's a little tip: if you guys ever sell LPs or vinyl records or anything like that, very important. And a lot of people just don't know this. And when I get something in the mail, when I buy one, I know that they don't know. You never want to ship that LP inside the sleeve of the record, okay? Because what happens during movement, that record will push through that sleeve. It will happen. So all you do is you take that record out, and it's got the little plastic or the paper in it, set it on top of the sleeve, and then ship it that way. Never ship your record inside the sleeve.
Oh, that's
Do you wrap it up? Like, what do you like? I'm actually curious about this. So you set it on top, and then like is it just loose inside the packaging then, or
no?
You
You
can
can
Sandwich
You
it
can-
to cardboard.
Yeah, you can sandwich it between two pieces of cardboard. If you don't have the inner sleeve for the record, you know what I mean by the inner sleeve?
Yes.
Then you need to use something. You can use printer paper, 2 layers of it, because one piece of printer paper will not cover a whole record. You can do 2, and just to have that record covered, because it's not going to scratch the record. And then you could sandwich it between 2 pieces of cardboard, and then it's as simple as just putting it in one of Blondie's envelopes.
Nice.
That's all you need.
Good stuff.
And when life throws
Thank
you
you.
a shit ball, you got to have a shit bat.
Mr. Leahy is here.
What is that?
It's Mr. Leahy.
Okay.
All right, you're up now, Chad.
Oh, am I? Okay. Okay. Oh, this isn't a part of my kit, but these are, if you sell a lot of vintage electronics and stuff like that.
I know exactly what you have. That was mine.
They are stickers, and if you can see, they're hologrammed. Okay, and I'll show exactly what happens whenever you.
I gotta get some of those.
Why you want these, and they're really cool. Okay, they're stickers, and as you see, they're hologrammed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one off, and all you have to do is either put it. You can put something like this over a screw hole of your item, or you can put it. Okay, when you have a like your electronic, that's the seam that the screws, and then when you take the screws out, it will separate. You can just place this. You can just place this over that seam. If somebody goes and comes and, well, shoot.
Brilliant.
Okay. If somebody goes to remove this, then what happens is it leaves it, so they're not going to be able to take that off and put that back on because you can see what happened. So you will know if somebody takes that off and it's tampered with. And that will be enough for eBay. If you receive it back with that you're covered. They will, if you show in your listing.
The chat saying it's locked on us, Dwayne.
Yeah, I didn't do it, but I just changed it over to chat. I haven't picked anybody. So.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Did everybody
Hey,
see
guys.
that?
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I just ruined my damn thing, but what it does, it's a security sticker that if it's taken off, it leaves crap. So you'll know if your item's been opened or not. It's just called tamper-proof security stickers. They're hologrammed, so you can't just print one off of your printer and replace one that you've taken off. So you kind of actually, and hold on, is this the one? I've got some that are serial numbered too. So, but the serial numbered ones cost more, a lot more.
Chad, did you order, like, do you tell them what you want on that? Like it says no return is that just the one that they have in stock?
You can, this right here is one they have in stock. It's hologrammed, and it's really important if you buy these that you buy hologrammed or serial numbered. Serial numbered will cost you a lot more money because it's that much more. I mean, theoretically, if I buy something and somebody's got one of these exact ones I have, I can steal whatever I want out of it and replace it with one of mine. But a serial numbered one, it's for security. So the more money you pay, the more you're protected. And some people may say, well, who gives a shit? Trust me, if you deal in vintage electronics, it's a big thing. So
they're asking in the chat, Chad, if you've actually had things come back with the tamper resistant messed up.
I've had things come back that were opened and pillaged before I had the tamper resistant.
There you go.
It was and that's why I went to this. So especially vintage gaming stuff, vintage computers like the old IBM PS1s. A lot of stuff inside those systems are expensive. The cards in them and stuff like that. So it's something like this would really. But the key is you need to show this in your listing as well. You can't say, oh, I had one on, after the fact. You need to show it beforehand on the listing as a picture. And then if there's an issue when you get the item back, then. But yeah, it's just a tool of the trade.
Yeah. Prior to that, I used to use a UV pen and just write a couple numbers because you couldn't see it without the light. But I didn't like writing on it.
Yeah, do you see how something like this, though, would detour
it deters
people?
them,
The UV light, only really. But something like this is a big deterrent. So, and if they see it in your listing, they're like, no, I'm not going to think about trying to rip this guy off.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a visual deterrent as well, isn't it? They'll see that when it arrives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it.
All right, Jory, you're next.
Oh, geez. We've covered a lot of them.
I know, right?
You only got like the batteries. I heard another tip for the batteries is use them to test speakers. If you ever find car speakers, car audio, just touch the negative and positive to the speaker, and it'll thump, 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 and half
9-volt battery.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and you can use it for any stereo, and you'll just hear it pulsate.
Do you need a certain voltage battery to do that, or not?
9-volt works best. Little car speakers I've used with AAA and AA, but 9-volt's just really easy to wrap 2 little pieces of wire around and just touch to the speakers.
Really?
Most of the speakers you can just touch because the distance is the same. Yeah, you can test.
That's good stuff.
Matchbox or slot cars.
Slot cars too. Touch it to the bottom, and the tires spin up.
Or trains, HO trains.
Yeah. Man.
Yep.
Oh, that's
cool.
So if you get trains or something like that, and you don't have a track or a transformer to test it, 9-volt battery, folks.
On that note, I usually drive around with a power inverter plugged into my pickup truck in the back seat so that I can plug in record players and other larger electronics. Because I've gone to garage sales with it. Well, I don't want to get an extension cord. I'm like, okay, I'll just walk into the truck and plug it in right here and test it quick.
Nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea, George.
Great tip.
Well, you're up again, Nick.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yes.
This is a little bit geeky. Yuri's probably got a set of it. For Nintendo and Sega cartridges, it can make all the difference if you've got a valuable game that maybe it's got a crack on the back or the sticker on the back of it is, damaged or broken or whatever. The backs of cartridges are pretty much interchangeable. Some differences on Sega Mega Drive games, but most Nintendo certainly, you can just switch the backs out. So if you've got like a football game or whatever that's worthless, you can just use these. They've got like I don't know if this is going to show, little like star fitting in it. And you can whip the back off a cartridge and swap it out for a cheap, worthless one. And then your rare game that might be worth £50 or something is then pristine and worth a lot more and easier to sell.
Nick, do you know what millimeter those are? I know they're both like a millimeter. Because I have one that goes for like one of these type of screwdrivers. I just have like I got the little bits for mine, but I can't remember what. Because there's two different, I think, like millimeter sizes for those. But I just popped them in my
3.5 and 4. They have a little nubby. They have a little nubby that points in. So it's usually kind of
right. Yeah, it's a weird fitting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get little bits to put in your multi-use screwdriver.
Yeah. That's what I have for mine. I have a little deal kind of like this, but it has those ends on it that I can use in like a screwdriver like this.
Yeah, they're great. And the other great thing about these is it allows you to get into like N64, Super Nintendo, and do little simple fixes. Like if you've got stuck buttons or something, you need to get inside it and clean it, and you go from a working but with issues Nintendo 64 to a fine N64 that will might add half again to its value. So these things have paid for themselves hundreds of times over.
Yeah,
because I think I paid £5 the set. Yeah. So that's
a great tip, man. I would have never even thought to do that. That's really smart.
And if your Nintendo games has Phillips screws, it's a fake.
Oh yeah, it's crazy how many fakes they're making now.
A lot now. They're super fake. Yeah.
I feel like if you have come across enough and you are comfortable with the games and you know what they look like, you can just kind of tell by looking at them when they're just something's not right. Because I've seen some of yard sales.
They're just too new, usually.
Yeah.
Well, you can go to local stores now and they sell them. A couple local game shops sell repops for $49.99. I can go buy Earthbound, which is a couple $100 game for an original.
Hey, is that the same as the tri-wing that I use on like the Wii's? Is it a tri-wing screwdriver?
Oh.
No, these aren't. It's
a different security chip.
Yeah.
I think it's a Torx, right?
I just had to order a tri-wing to fix my old MacBook, so I know what y'all are talking about.
She perked right up.
I think those aren't they the Torx that have the hole punched in the middle, right?
It's a little different.
Those are the security Torx.
Speaking of the Torx, if you guys, this is along those same lines, but this little kit is great. It's a tamper resistant kit that you can get on eBay or whatever, but it's got all the weird little lightning bolt shapes and all kinds of weird.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's really great.
I've got one of those as well. And it has the security Torx and the tri-wing, the little tri-wings, and it has it even has the hexes that have the hole, the hole in the center. So all those are
awesome. It's awesome. We use them all the time for our electronics.
Steph, will you put a link to that in the 6-pack group?
Yes, please.
Sure.
I'm going to buy one. Make it an affiliate.
Whatever one you can get. This one has 31 different tips, but if you can get one with even more, the more tips, the better, in my opinion.
Right. That's what she said.
My only contribution tonight is that that's what she said.
Oh my goodness.
Sure, I'll just make
All right, Andy, you're next.
Back to me? Holy goodness, what the hell? All right.
We're running out now, aren't we?
It's nothing crazy, but I saw a lot of clothes, so this is one of my things I use all the time. One of my staples, my steamer.
Nice.
But a lot of people don't know you need to use distilled water in the steamer. Otherwise, if you don't, it's going to put little white hard water, spots on your stuff when you're using it. So you always want to use distilled water in these things. Hey, check this stuff out, guys. It still has
And
a
it's
Goodwill sticker on it. But yeah, that's just I just use just a little shark steamer. But yeah, hey, I'm thrifty, digging. I'm buying my crap at the Goodwill.
All right, let me show you my my steamer, because that was going to be one of mine as well. So, oops. All right, there we go. That's the one I have, but I didn't pay that. I'm with you. I ended up getting. I think I got mine for $25.
Oh,
but
the Rowena? Yeah, that's a really
the
good one.
Rowenas are really nice, and
That's a really good
nice
one.
because you can hang on the top there. You can hang the piece right there, the piece of clothing on the hanger, and
yeah.
But yeah, you
I
definitely
actually have that little rack. I don't know where my rack came from, but I have that exact same rack that's just, it's all by itself. So it must have been where I might have bought a Rowena and it didn't work or something like that. So I kept the rack because, yeah, I hang all my stuff on that. And then I just use my, I'll just use my regular shark. Yeah.
No, it's a lifesaver. And if you do clothing, a steamer is the way to go. I mean, you can iron the clothes, but a steamer is so much quicker.
I've found, and I've kind of learned this from Ronnie. I've listened to Ronnie talk quite a few times, and I don't steam hardly anything anymore because I'm really picky now about what I'm sourcing. And if I'm buying nice clothes that are, that look a little nicer, a little higher end stuff, and they're in good shape when they're not, you don't have to iron them anymore. I mean, if I'm going to the bins or something like that and I'm buying a bunch of crap at the bins, obviously I'm probably going to have to take and iron them because they're all wadded, they've been wadded up and tossed around what have you. But I iron very little stuff anymore because I'm really, really picky when I pick it up. Honestly, I'm like, it's like almost like I'm so lazy now when I go to the store. Even if I see something good, I'm like going, I don't want to mess with it. I'll just leave it. I literally just like, I'm just gonna leave it. But it makes so when I come home that, like, if I buy, we'll just say 10 items at the thrift, I could just come home and I could list them right now. I don't have to I got to steam all these things and get them all, I got to go through 10 items, get them all prepped and everything. And then I could go through this. I could just list them and be done with it.
Nice.
So, and that was one of the things Ronnie was saying. He said he doesn't steam and do all that stuff, a lot of stuff, because the stuff he buys has either already been dry cleaned. It's all higher end stuff. So he's buying better stuff so he doesn't have to mess with it. And I thought it was a great thing that he had said one day, and I kind of just took that for what it was.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Let's see, Shane.
All right, so my next tip is another tip, and this is the thing that is I'm going to put a little bit of a warning before this. Is if you use this, please wear rubber gloves. They're really
That's what she said.
Nice one. Thank you.
I don't know about this now.
Just don't bend over. No, never mind. I mean, so really thick, like the yellow rubber gloves. Okay, and then the outside, and it's lacquer thinner.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I use this for solid rubber bottoms of the shoes that's non-painted, and this will get dirt and make them look bright white, like perfect brand new condition. Eats everything off. Just if you wear the thin rubber gloves, it'll eat through the rubber gloves and then also leave chemical burns on your hand.
If I can add something to that, Shane, that stuff is very, very, very potent and powerful.
Yes.
So
you would have used it
a long
outside.
way. When I use that stuff, I literally just dip a Q-tip into it and then kind of clean it with it. At least for me, anyways. You don't want to put a whole bunch on a rag and go to town on it because it can destroy stuff.
And literally, the same with John is I actually have cotton squares, and I'll just fold it up and just a little dab on there, and then it'll go forever, a really long way.
No lie, Shane, for my wedding, that's how I got my hands clean, because I used to be a mechanic. And I rubbed the shit out of them with that, and it cleaned them right out, and then I washed them with soap and water. When we went to look at suits, I flipped through a white shirt, and I touched it, and I could see my fingerprints, and that was after I soaped my hands. I'm like, no, this isn't going to work for the wedding.
Do you have fingerprints anymore?
You know what? I didn't have a lot of feeling left in my hands to begin with from being a mechanic, so when you get diesel fuel and oil and tranny fluid on your hands every day for 8 hours a day, a little bit of acetone and thinner doesn't hurt them.
Yeah.
But the other thing about that lacquer there is you got to be really careful with anything clear plastic. It will instantly fog it. I mean, I got a car that way.
Yep.
I got a car that way. I was detailing a car, and I had it on one rag, and I had lacquer thinner on the other, and I wiped the instrument cluster, and they fogged instantly. And I was just like, oh shit. So my aunt gave me the car. So
Oh man.
yeah, bad news. So
Fun with
all right,
chemicals.
who's next? We got Steve and Steph's next.
All righty.
What about Tanya? She keeps
She's
being
after you.
muted. Oh, okay.
He's going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm going down the line. Back and
goes
forth.
back.
Oh,
down
and
the line.
ours, she's
snaking.
next in our picture. Okay. All right, which one are we doing? This one?
Yeah.
Okay, this one is amazing. Maybe you guys all have it, I don't know. But it's a generic universal voltage regulator thing. It'll go all the way from 1.5 volts to 12 volts.
Oh, that's cool.
And it comes with all these different tips, so you can
Gotta have all the tips,
any
Steph.
electronics.
Never too
Oh,
many
no.
tips.
More tips.
Hey, Steph, can you flip the polarity?
Yeah, you
Like-
flip the polarity. So you have to
Just
keep
switch,
your little
right?
sheet with you to tell you how to use it every time, because you forget every time. But we use this all the time, so you don't have to buy a charger for.
Yeah,
You
that's
just use this
that's
thing that
right.
goes up to 12 volts.
I need to get
I don't
one.
remember where we got it. It might have been Radio Shack or somewhere, but it's not Radio Shack brand. But this thing is great.
Comes in handy.
Yeah, if you look at the back of your electronics, like right where the power goes in, it'll show like a dot and then like a ring around the dot, and it'll tell you what polarity goes where. Like if the polarity goes on the tip or if the polarity goes on the ring. Like not polarity, the
Yeah.
positive goes on the tip or the positive goes on the ring. It'll tell you which way you can switch it there. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah, you
actually
have
have
to
one of
look at that
those.
thing.
I don't know where it's at, but it's a USB. But it is the power source for all the Nintendo DS, the DSi, the XL, and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's in my drawer, but because and you don't have to
Chad,
have.
That's cool.
Yeah.
If you ever need any like extra chargers for the DS and the Game Boys, I've got like 20 of them. I constantly find them and I just hoard them up whenever I need extras. So just shoot me a message. I've got like so many of those stupid things.
I think with those on FBA. I send my
Pitching.
charges.
Just wait, because we're gonna. be
Yeah, I
on
got a
something
bunch
again.
too.
Oh, holy crap, dude! Yeah, you do.
I'll get it
I
for
bought a because we were buying so many of them on the local offer up and stuff like that, and I sold something.
Yourself.
I sold,
now?
I sold
All right.
a PlayStation 4 Homefront: The Revolution.
Nice.
Nice.
We got $6 for that.
Drink, yeah. It was just the CD. It didn't have the box.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
That was being.
Oh my goodness! I just ran out.
Damn, you had that show.
Ooh, this one's
fire
this,
or what?
this one's a little better. All right, I sold a Callaway golf polo shirt for.
Let's hear
Look
it.
at that photo, man.
It's a polo. It's a freaking.
Hold on.
$22.49.
No, it is
Oh,
a
it's not-
golf shirt. It's not a polo.
Not polo brand, but yeah, so it's, another polo shirt, $22.49.
Andy's photos
Nice.
blow all ours out of the water. I think.
Yeah, Andy's photos are by far the best.
I think I have a good photo. Then he shows his. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. He's got like the picture. He's next.
All
level.
right, Tanya, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to say business cards.
Oh,
yeah.
Business
Great one.
cards are
Great
great
one.
for networking. And then my other one is the Ink Be Gone. Ink Be Gone.
Hold
This is
on,
great
hold
for
on.
getting off Sharpies.
Ink
Whatever
be
they-
done.
I never
Yeah.
heard of it.
I've never heard of that
Yeah,
either.
heard of it.
That's awesome.
Ink Be Gone.
Where do you get that?
Amazon.
What is it?
Wow.
Is it a liquid?
Is it a bleach
or-
can or something?
Yeah, it's a liquid.
Do you use that on octopus?
Huh?
I drink.
See, look, it says right there, it even removes Sharpie.
No way.
That's what it
Wow.
says.
Oh,
That's
oh.
cool.
Telling you, do a video.
Come on. Did somebody
Do
else
a
go?
video.
Yeah,
I
you better
just
go.
sold something else.
Oh
He's
my
got ink
god.
begun. What is it?
I sold a 1940s original rare. I never use the word rare except for this. No, but it is rare. It's a
What is it?
35 millimeter slide. The T6 Texan Goodfellow Field. It's the World War II photos I have. The
Oh,
slides
cool.
I had.
Well, that's
Yeah,
rare. It's
oh.
one of a kind.
Very
I was
cool.
going to say it's unique.
Yeah, right there. It sold for $9.55.
Cheers, cheers, Chad.
I gotta go get
While
more
while I have the mic, I do want to. This is
All right.
No, really,
Hoorah.
really. Am I highlighted, Dwayne? Because this is important.
Chad, I can't handle this much sexiness coming out
Hold
of
on,
your voice.
hold
Oh,
on.
my
Too
goodness.
sexy.
I will
Right.
highlight
Too sexy,
myself if you don't want to highlight me. And
He's
at
bringing
least I'll
sexy
see
back.
myself.
Watch out.
But
All right.
okay,
gotcha.
guys, viewers, there's going to be 2 contests tonight before this show is over. It's the same contest for the viewers as the people on the panel because I am that confident that I will stump everybody.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna
Oh my
win.
goodness.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
you're not.
I'm gonna bet on Lonnie.
Good luck. Oh, I don't know. There is a chance.
Dude, I was in
But-
your head last time. I was in your
Okay.
head, Chad. I
But
own you.
this is something that I picked up. I've got a whole bunch of this stuff, and I am confident that I will stump everybody. So when we do, and I'm going to interrupt somebody, I'm going to say, now's the time. And then I'm going to show 5 pieces. I'm not going to say a word. So if you come in after this, you're just SOL because you guys were here beforehand and you saw this. But I'm going to interrupt somebody. Dwayne's going to put the camera on me. I'm going to show 5 items. They all have something in common. Okay.
I'm ready.
The people on our panel, besides Steve and Steph, because they can't see our chat, you go ahead. If you know what it is, and you post it in the main chat with the viewers. But everybody else on the panel, you post in our private chat. And whoever gets it first on the panel gets $20 via PayPal. And the first person that gets it in the chat gets $20 via PayPal. That is how confident I am that I'm going to stump you people.
So these are all related items somehow, and we have to find how they're related. Is that it?
They are all related, correct?
Okay. All right.
I'm
So
not
that-
going to.
we have
You
to
doing
just-
it right now?
No, he's gonna interrupt somebody.
No, I'm going to interrupt whoever's probably Dwayne, because everybody else is telling me.
Figure out what the commonality is.
No,
And we have
no.
to type ours in here.
No, I'm gonna interrupt, and I'm gonna not describe anything. I'm just gonna start showing, and it's gonna be 5 parts. Nobody on the panel, if you know what it is, do not blurt it out.
Okay.
Type
Type
it in the chat. Yes. And
in
then-
our chat, not the
and
public
if
chat.
Lonnie thinks he's a badass and he's gonna get it, but there is a chance. I will say that there is a chance Lonnie will get it.
Lonnie's already got his answer typed in, ready
Already
to
know it.
hit.
Yeah, he's like gonna say.
Well, we'll go through the motions, okay?
No, Lonnie, you send me a private message.
Oh, we should
I will tell you if you are right, but I don't want you to play if you are right. I'll
We
pay
type
you
it in there,
$20
don't I?
extra.
No, I have no idea what you're doing. So.
Well, you're never far off, dude.
We'll
Okay, go
PM
ahead,
you,
Dwayne.
Chad, since we're on the phone.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
Well, I don't even know what are we doing? What's the show about? Oh,
Think about this.
It's on us.
Oh, wait, Tanya was
just
talking about.
kidding.
Tanya
all right. So,
was talking about the ink.
yeah, Tanya was talking about the ink begun. Was that your second one, right, Tanya? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the one that I have are just again, they're not very. It's not anything cool, but it's the poly bags that I use. Now these are for doing clothing, and they have a 2-inch foldable top. They work great for not just clothing, but they work great for anything. I use these. They are I forgot where the hell's my thing. You can get them at Uline, or you can get them online. Here's a link that I have on eBay here for this is the ones that I bought last time. I get them in about 500 at a time, and they're about 37, 38 bucks. So it's not too bad, but they work really well for many things other than clothing as well. So
yeah,
they're not real thick, but it makes it a lot better when you have the that top, that little foldable top. So
people say thickness isn't important, Dwayne.
I already said that's what she said to that. That was too perfect.
Well, that's all I got. So I can't do anything. Thickness is all I got.
That's all I have.
Like girth? Are we talking about girth?
Goodness.
Of the bag.
Dwayne, do you use the cello bags or just the regular, like real thin poly bags?
This is a really thin plastic.
I got it.
It's not cellophane.
It's not the cellophane. Okay.
People don't know what we mean.
Yeah, it's not the crunchy stuff.
Yeah.
If people don't know what we mean, this is what he's talking about right here, guys. This is what he's talking about. Just this. This is the cello bag, and this is the stuff we put the shirts in.
Right.
Different.
Yeah, it's just like the stuff you get at for food storage too. It's the same type of plastic. Mine's,
Like a sailing
I think. 1 mil thick is what these are.
Yeah.
So that's just to keep things. I put my stuff in that, and then I put mine into the other you guys are sucking these type bags. So the second poly bag, just to make sure nothing gets wetter.
Yeah.
Excellent, Dwayne. Outstanding.
You're saying Steve is hammered, are you?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Looking at me all crazy.
Hey, no, he had a hard day today. You guys, I mean, that takes energy to do what you guys did today. I feel you. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
Chad, it
it
does
was-
take energy, and it's
I
really
got you.
it's nice to be run all over that freaking swap meet looking for a
I don't want to
rare
rub this in.
Coca-Cola
tray. Remember
tray,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did do that.
Freeze in our car.
funny.
Like when we left, it was 90 degrees when we left the swap meet today.
it
So,
was hot.
and I got burnt.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was funny though, Chad.
The people in the Northeast are really cussing right now.
I know.
You have a
Nice.
friggin' sunburn today.
Uh-huh.
It was brutal.
Okay. Are we next again? Or
Is
who's
it our
next?
turn, Dwayne?
Uh-oh.
We're gonna go ahead and take a turn here then.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Our next one is called Bondic. If you guys have heard about it or seen the commercials or whatever. It's like a little UV light cured glue, and it's a liquid glue that you put on there, and it stays liquid until you put a UV light on it, and it makes it strong. But it's expensive. So we tried and bought this 5-minute fix. So on Amazon, it's the same little thing. It's called 5-minute fix. You can get like a 5-pack of them for like 14 bucks, I think. And so it's got glue in this tip, and you just pour it on your little item. Then you turn on your little UV light, and it will cure it, and it will get cured in 5 seconds. It gets cured in 5 seconds.
So what you're saying is you buy broken shit and you fix it and sell it.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? It works great like on your cords.
Yeah.
Anything bendy, it works well on. So if your cord starts to rip, you don't have to buy a new cord. You stick it on there. It says it'll fix your glasses.
It's like
we
welding.
use it on everything. You can sand it. You can paint it. It's great stuff. So if you need a glue that's for something weird, it's great. We love it.
You could fix your polo shirts, Chad.
So anyway, 5-second fix.
I
It's
swear,
good.
if I get a polo shirt in the mail, I'm just gonna you guys.
We don't own any, Chad. We don't have any. To send
I got a couple extra. You want me to send you one? What size are you, bud?
He loves polo.
He does.
We could just chip in and send him like a whole medium rate, flat rate box of them.
You guys don't know what they're talking about. Feel free to go watch my channel.
Yes. Watch his last video that he put out.
We got some real nice red plaid ones up here.
Who's next, Dwayne?
Actually, Tanya, it's your turn.
Really? Why?
What kind of order is this? What are you, Dwayne? You got
Here,
messed up
look.
somewhere.
Well, she did too. So
I like
Anyway,
this little magic. What are these things like, Mr. Clean?
Oh my god, I love those.
Yeah.
I love those.
It's a really good tool for getting.
That was one of mine too. I love these things.
Tony, where did you get that contour though? That like curvy looking one. Mine are all square.
That's because you buy the generic shit.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
buy
no.
it.
This
Yeah,
might
I
be a
don't.
generic. I don't remember.
No, that's the pro.
I'll go get it.
Hang on, I'm
look at Lonnie. Lonnie's freaking out because
What does yours look like, Andy?
I get the ones that they're like
clean
the
box.
The 2X. They're the 2X.
Really
Yeah, Lonnie's all defensive.
These are grippy. See how they fit my fingers?
Yeah.
Lonnie buying that cheap shit. That's what he's doing.
He's at the Dollar General.
No bullshit. I have this. Look, it has.
See, that says original. That's like buying a cassette tape when you should be buying a CD. That's the original.
Golly.
Yeah,
y'all
see,
are-
Lonnie?
Y'all are
Get
getting
the ones,
into Lonnie.
the two times ones. See, these are even better.
2 times stronger.
I didn't even know that existed.
Lonnie be like, oh my God, this stuff doesn't fall apart in my hands as I'm using it.
Wait, when did they come out, guys? When did it come out?
5 years
A
ago.
long time
These
ago.
things?
I was using them to clean cars before they were even sold publicly. Like you can get them for bulk from the automotive cleaning
2
places.
times.
Oh my gosh, I learned something on this show finally. I knew everything else.
Oh!
Oh
All right, Shane, you're up.
What are you using those for?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Mr. Joseph. What was your question?
I was wanting to know, what are you using those for? Like the whole
Everything.
spectrum. Are you just using them?
I use them on everything.
Okay, my question is,
Everything.
do you
Careful
guys
with
ever
painted
use,
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you
it'll
guys
take the
ever
shine
use
off.
a
Yeah.
do you ever use a power tool with a pad on it to clean stuff? You know, like
Yeah,
just
I got
a
like a
drill
ball
or
polisher I use with a drill. Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if that would work like even on the bottom of shoes and stuff.
I'll also do it the ghetto way. Just take my buffer, turn it on, lock the trigger, and I ratchet strap it around a table, and then I can hold the piece
Nice.
and run it across the buffer.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
Doing it.
Yeah, you got to be careful on glossy surfaces with them, though. I mean,
Yeah, it'll strip
It'll
the
take the
gloss off.
shine off. It definitely will. I mean, it has basically sand in it, very fine
Exactly.
sand. So,
Yeah, the magic erasers work really good for sticker residue as well. Like once you peel off stickers, they work really well for instead of dumping a bunch of goo gone on it or whatever. But yeah, it works good for that.
Cool.
I
Wait, let
posted
me.
on
While you're
Insta-
talking about taking off stickers, look, these little red razors,
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
lots of them.
really good.
yeah, those are.
I posted on Instagram quite a while back. Like if you ever buy Converse shoes to sell, man, it will make them like immaculate. It'll make them like bright white, like the.
Yeah, I think I remember
the
you doing
rubber
that.
and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
all
that's a
kinds
real-
of stuff you can use them on.
Yeah, magic erasers are. I use them almost every day on something.
All right, Shane.
All right, so since everybody mentioned about taking off stickers, this is like my favorite tool in the world, and this is the all original metal Scotty peeler, and it has a
Damn.
like it's super sharp. Like this thing is like razor sharp, and it has a 3-blade edge, and you can literally just take Goodwill stickers right off, and it leaves super minimal residue.
But it will like literally cut through a box though, right? Cardboard
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
It can. You just got to
Yeah.
be really careful.
I like the
and-
plastic one better.
Yeah,
So
me
what I-
too.
Like what
Yeah,
I do.
I have the metal one, but I think I got the metal one with the 3 plastic ones. The plastic ones I like
Yeah.
way better.
You can't cut yourself
Mhm.
on these.
Right, those are a really nice time.
That's what I get, Tanya. I buy like 100 of them at a time,
I do too
Yeah,
because I lose them left and right.
and they don't last very long either. I'm like, damn. And then
Yeah, that's the Scotty peeler I have. Steve and Steph have.
Yeah, this is the one that we use. Tanya sent us
used.
some of those straight edge razor ones, the plastic ones. We use those.
razors
That's
are
all I
nice.
use.
yeah,
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
how
those are really nice.
These are good too.
see how crappy that
Yeah.
edge is, man. This was, I mean,
Oh yeah.
See,
and then once you start getting low, you're like, oh, I got to get a little bit more out of this one.
Chad, just use some sandpaper. That's all I ever did when I did the detailing. I had the plastic razor blades and I just run them quick over some sandpaper and right back to using them.
Oh.
Okay, I've never heard of plastic razor blades, so I'm writing that down for sure.
They're
Plastic-
amazing.
Really? Hold on, Ron.
They're really good.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Very
You
good.
give
Well,
me
you
any.
learn 2 things.
And if you're
Tanya's
having a
got the
real
link.
bitch of a time with stickers, a little bit of a heat gun or a hair dryer, and that sticker will peel right
Dude,
off.
if you, Lonnie, if you can't get that, there ain't no way you're gonna win this contest. Just saying.
You keep underestimating.
Oh my goodness.
Keep underestimating me, Chad Bagel. Oh, that was pathetic. Can we edit that out? Can we edit
Drink
this out?
too many
please?
urine samples tonight.
All right, your turn, Andy.
Tanya's
My
my
turn.
turn.
Okay,
Okay,
well-
heart.
I was gonna do something, but I think it was Michelle M in the chat. She asked if anyone has anything or has any tips on how to clean suede, and I just so happen to have one. It is called a suede eraser.
Wow.
It's just this little white eraser that you can use on suede shoes. You just rub it on, and it cleans it right up. And then they typically will come with a little brush like this. Usually they call it like a suede brush. So you can just take and scuff up the suede and what have you. And there you go. And these are really cheap. So Michelle, I hope that answers your question.
Where do you buy those, Andy?
I got mine at Walmart.
Okay.
Super cheap.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
they're right there in the like where all the shoe cleaning stuff is, like where all the polish and all that stuff is. They'll just be hanging right there. I think the suede eraser and the little brush come together in a little kit, and I don't even think it was maybe $5-6. Super cheap.
Excellent.
This is such a good show
It
tonight.
really is.
Yes.
This is
Oh my
some
goodness.
Great tips, man.
I've learned a lot.
Good job picking this
Even Lonnie
topic,
learned two
Dwayne.
things.
Yeah, 2 things.
No, I learned way more than how to screw it. I learned a bunch tonight.
All right, Nick, you're up.
Cool. Well, I've got one last little gadget. I'm going to have to go when I've shared this because it's now, what is it? 20 to 3 in the morning or 25
Oh my
to 3.
goodness.
Oh,
Nick is
goodness.
hardcore.
This is a gadget. I actually learned about this through Zahir's channel, my good friend Zahir. And this is a great time saver. It actually means you don't have to have a PlayStation or PlayStation 2 to test controllers.
Ooh, that's
And
cool.
I pick up a lot of controllers just on their own. If you haven't got a PlayStation in stock, you can't test the controller. And you don't want to sell controllers untested because they'll come back to you. And also, even if you do have a PlayStation to test your controllers before you sell them, you've got to find a game that uses all of the functions on the controller to fully test it. This thing you can plug into your computer via USB, and it will bring up a little screen. And then every time you press a button, a little light will flash, and it will tell you that that button is making the connection and is working. So within a minute, you can
That's
fully
cool.
test a PlayStation 1 or 2 controller
Oh man.
and sell it as 100% guaranteed working.
This
And
is
I sell a
awesome.
lot on Amazon, and this has been such a huge time saver.
So
Did you
what's
buy
it
it on
called?
Amazon?
What's it actually called, Nick?
Universal remote Chester.
PS2 to USB tester. Yeah.
PS2 to USB. They in the UK at least they sell them on Amazon. And if you use the keywords PS2, USB controller, tester, those sort of words, you should be able to find one. This was about £4, so equivalent of about $5-6 US. But yeah,
Did they make
great
it for other
physical.
controllers like
They do.
64 or
I believe so, but that's all I have in stock. That's all I've managed to pick up.
that is cool, man.
Yeah, that is really
Yeah,
good.
that's a great tip.
But I've
So
got
Nick,
some-
that automatically just like when you plug that in, Nick, it just automatically like downloads like a little program to your computer, and then it
No,
just
you open
recognizes
up-
it when you plug it in, or
It recognizes it as a USB device, and then you open up
Okay.
what is it? It's like a little properties, the properties of the device,
Okay.
and in there, it's if you plug it in, you'll find it. It's really easy to work out.
Yeah, if you
okay,
got
awesome.
on
It
Windows,
doesn't work on Mac
you gotta-
though. I use Macs, and I had to use my daughter's PC laptop
Yeah.
to use it. It's only for Windows, apparently.
yeah, on Windows 10, if you go to the little search bar in the bottom left, and you just type in game controllers, it'll pull up in the control panel an area where you can. I do it with flight sticks and shit all the time.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as that video you shared, Lonnie. Yeah.
Yes, exactly the same. So it's
It'll
really easy.
it works with tons of stuff. Old Atari sticks, I tested that way and things.
That's
too.
really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Anyway, I'm going to have to dash. I've really enjoyed that, guys. Take care.
Cheers,
Bye.
Nick. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. That was great stuff.
See you, Nick, brother.
Good seeing you.
I
Hey,
wanted
by
to
the way,
thank-
Nick, you would never get this contest anyway. So
I wanted to thank Don Maserati for the quick super chat, and I guess she PM'd
Wow.
you. Dad is what she.
Don Maserati,
said-
better
Yeah.
than a Ferrari.
So
I gotta say, Dawn is trying to get this contest. She's like, yeah.
cashing in all her brownie points, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Jory would be next.
So the next thing I have, because my plastic razor blades got taken, and so did my Nick took my tester too. I got like 3 of them. Anyways, if you guys ever have stinky shoes or stinky lockers or anything like that, or you buy storage units, so sometimes stuff stinks. There's these things you can buy. They're called Wonder Wafers, and they're just a tiny little square the size of a piece of paper. Throw one of those in a shoe sole. The next day, it'll smell brand new.
Wonder Wafer.
Wow.
What?
Wonder Wafers. I don't know if I can share links, but I'll share the link on the Facebook page. There's a whole
And it's
website.
legit?
Yeah, they work amazingly. They're really, really good. I can put like 2 under the seat of a car for a smoker, and the car smells pretty good after about 2 days of it sitting.
Wow.
Can I put like
That's
5 of
cool.
them in my son's room? Will that
I'm
help?
gonna use that on my shoe.
Nothing. I was a young son. Yeah, no, nothing will help with that.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Chad, you're up.
I'm up. Okay, I'm gonna go through my box here and then pull out everything that everybody else already talked about, just to show that I'm a good reseller. So here's the magic eraser. Here's the loop. Here's the magnet.
Nice.
Hold on a second. Let's see here. Oh, and somebody said batteries, right? Oh, I got AA and AAA batteries in this little thing. It's taped up.
I will say that that's a fantastic idea to have a kit, Chad.
Yeah,
to actually
it
have a
is.
kit in your vehicle, because you never know.
And we want to make sure we don't want to put frivolous stuff in there, like, oh, we might need this sometime. I mean, this is the real basic stuff, guys. I mean, I'm just going to show mine real quick. This goes along with the batteries. These are just a bunch of different size batteries for watches or
ready.
The little dog collars and stuff like that. I mean, we got batteries for those because we find a lot of those. Real quick, this is an actually USB charged headlight to where you can put it on your head and go in somewhere.
In case you're going garage sailing in caves.
Yes. And believe it or not, we love finding old rust and everything else. So we've got a wire brush and we've got a toothbrush to where we can gently clean stuff off or, get down and dirty. A mag light, flashlight, pair of tweezers, just in case. You never know. You're like, ooh. A very, very, very small regular screwdriver. We've got a screwdriver set we have to keep in the car. Mini, like a jeweler screwdriver set. The last thing down at the bottom is we always keep in our kit. We actually use some ones out of it I can't remember, but we always have, typically we want to have more than 5 ones. We got a $5 bill of one and we keep a 20 in there because there's always a time when you're like, oh shit, I don't have cash on me. I need to run. We always keep it in our kit and we did not replenish it the last time we used it. So I don't know, but we have $26 in there now. That's
a great idea to have a kit in your car like that.
It's just, and we have a Sharpie, just, you never know. But
It's a bug out kit.
It's our kit, and we also keep our mini, but that's it. That's our kit with all this stuff. And,
Question on the kit. Like we've had a kit before, but like with batteries and stuff, but it gets so hot in California in our car with all the windows shut, How do you keep your stuff from exploding? Like your acids and your batteries, they just leak.
As far as we've never, hold on, they look pretty damn rough, but they've never exploded or we don't keep our batteries in anything, but Florida, we don't get over 100 degrees where we're at. So we've never had an issue with we never keep batteries in items like our diamond tester, never store,
Yeah.
keep batteries in your items. But you also need to have a tape measure, guys.
Yep.
Which I didn't mention. We have a cloth one rolled up this big in our console. So, but you need to have a tape measure on hand, because a lot of times if you're looking at something like, man, will that even fit in my car? We have a Jeep. We know how wide our Jeep is. And so, it's just one of those things. It's like, okay, we need to find out how wide this is.
That's a good idea.
So, but yeah, that's our kit. So, and
Nice.
most of the items everybody else, already brought up. So I think we're all on the same sheet of music.
Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close on that. I did want to say to Carol, I'm having troubles with my chat. And she said she did another super chat that I didn't see. I'm very sorry I didn't see it. Out. I don't know what's going on. So if I'm not catching things in the chat, it's not because I'm not, it's not because I'm purposely not calling you out. I just can't see it. So, did anybody else have any others instead of going down the line? Or are we all tapped out or what?
I got a good one that hasn't been mentioned
We got
yet.
some.
Yeah, I got some more.
So my truck, when
Nothing to say,
when my truck's ready to go, if it's a big haul, I do have a trailer I take with me, but I always have ratchet straps with me. I got a tie-off flag, rope, and then in the back of my truck, I have bins to keep small stuff. Like I keep rubber totes in the back with lids, so if I buy small items, I can put them in the totes, keep all my video games in one tote, and it makes it really easy driving around for garage sale. And then you don't have just you hit the brakes and all your video games, your board games go flying forward. And,
Hey, guys, I've got one really good one that I think everybody can use, and that is distilled white vinegar. You can also use apple cider vinegar. It'll work just as well. This, guys, is the #1 thing I found for cleaning corroded battery compartments or contacts and batteries. Put a little bit of this on a Q-tip. You keep on hitting it. It will sizzle, almost sounding like snap, crackle, pop. If you've got like a lot of corrosion on your stuff, this is it. And I would recommend that after you do this, you might come back with some isopropyl alcohol. And you want to use I use 91% because I want it to go in and do its thing and then evaporate. If you use like a 40-50% concentration, you might have like a little bit of water residue that could get stuck in there. Whitney is laughing.
hey, Lonnie, rubbing alcohol kill the touch in your fingers quicker than anything else. I found out that's how I lost most of the touch in my fingers. Wrapping cars, doing fine.
You're not supposed to drink it, Jory. Don't drink it. Just use it.
Well, we put the vinegar on our fries up here too, so.
All right. The other thing that I wanted to show is the printer that I use, because a lot
Hold
of
on
people.
a second. I got to interrupt you, Dwayne. I'm sorry. You know I love you, brother. You know I love you, but if you wouldn't mind highlighting me, to where everybody can get a fair chance. Look at Steve. He's like, okay, hold on. Shut up.
All right. You are highlighted. I don't know if it's working, but you're highlighted.
I'm not going to describe anything. I'm just going to show pictures. If you guys are on the panel, only put it in our panel chat.
Hold on.
Wait.
Okay, there we go.
I can't see him.
Okay.
I can't see it, Chad.
What do you mean you can't see it? I'm highlighted.
If you click his box,
in there,
John, it'll bring him up.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
there
You
we
can't-
go.
Okay. That ain't going to cut it, guys. That is not going to cut it. Come on, think hard, guys. Think hard.
We already wrote it to you on your chat. Chat though.
We sent it to you, Chad.
Let us know if we're right.
Oh, damn. Yes. Yes.
Keep going.
Yes.
Hoorah.
We will keep going. Hold on.
Is this oh wait, never mind. I won't say it out loud.
Yeah, don't say it out loud, Lonnie. But you already lost, by the way.
That's right, Lonnie.
But I can't do more than one guess. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, you can do more than one guess.
But it's already been
We already got it
correct.
right.
You can give all the guesses you want, brother.
You're not getting a trophy on this one, Lonnie.
Has anybody in the chat gotten it yet?
No,
I know exactly what you're holding now.
they're getting close
That's a
though.
sight.
A few people are close.
Okay, you say it's that.
Well, how
but
exact does it have
that's
to be?
not going to cut
got
it.
it.
Just saying that, Jory, is not going to cut it.
That's true.
Hold on. For those of you who know what it is, you'll know what this is.
Steven Scroggins
Yeah,
Got it.
there it is. Steven
closest
Scroggins.
first, but he said generically. I don't know how
No, he
exact
didn't.
it needs to be.
No, it's got to be what you
It's
said.
got to be right on. We said
It's got to be right on.
Be specific, Steven. Steven
Silver
Scroggins.
hair stacker.
It looks like
There
we're
you
shooting
go.
out the
Silver
plane.
hair.
Oh, dude.
Hair.
Like it's for.
Guys,
Wait, I
this
got
is
it
not
right.
freaking believable.
I got it
you-
right.
Viewers know what it is.
Steve and Steph cannot see our chat, so they had to send it to me in a private text.
Chad, I put it in there. I put it in our chat, man.
But
That's
Steve
before
and
you,
Steph
Lonnie.
sent it before you.
Before you, Lonnie.
I put
Guys,
M16.
We were before you, Lonnie.
Guys, check this out.
Stand down,
Check this
Lonnie.
out.
Stand
I
down.
went No, really. I went to the flea market yesterday, and for those guys who know what an M60 is, this is just, you do not find this stuff. You don't.
Well, it's illegal.
No, it's not. I found out.
It's
It is
illegal
not-
if you
it
put
is-
it all
Are they allowed to
together.
sell this at a swap meet?
Yes, it is illegal to put it all together, but these parts,
Wow.
dude, when I saw this, look at this, guys. We have trigger housing parts. We've got buffer parts. We've got
They're allowed to
This is
sell
the
the parts,
M6.
Chad?
M6, as long as it's not serial numbered. M60 machine gun parts. Yes.
Are
This
you
is the
allowed to
buffer.
sell it, Chad?
Yes, even on eBay. As long as you're not selling the receiver. Yeah.
Right. The
or
receiver
barrel.
is usually the thing that has the serial number.
But I have,
You could cut a
Anything
tree
with
down with
serial
that
number.
thing.
yeah, this stuff is just,
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
barrel
just-
usually the trigger housing group usually has a
And then-
serial number as well.
and then one thing I wasn't sure is like, I know this is a firing pin, but I know it's not an M60. And I'm like, where did I see that? Where did I see that? Dude, that's the M203 firing pin.
Oh,
The
really?
grenade launcher.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
cool.
Wow.
I've got a bunch of
That's,
them.
yeah, that's the grenade launcher, by the way. That
Yeah.
hooks to an M16.
But this is the, oh, guys. If you know M60, you know what that is. That's the piston.
Nice.
Because it's
Gas
it's-
piston?
it's
Huh.
gas.
I can't
yeah,
believe
it's
that they
gas
bought this at. you
Gas,
bought
gas
this.
fired.
I
20
can't believe
bucks
this
for
was sold at a flea market.
I know,
I know,
right?
dude. And remember this, putting it back together, you had to line this up with the top. This would spin. You got to line it up to slide it in,
Slide it
slide
in.
it, slide the bolt in. But yeah,
How much did you pay, Chad, if we can ask?
$20 for the whole.
Oh my goodness.
There's
Yeah.
more there than
God.
scrap metal.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
some homegrown terrorist will pay you
dude,
plenty
the
for that.
iron sights are in perfect condition. I already looked these up. I mean, the iron sights are in
Bye,
perfect
Tanya.
state.
Tanya's leaving us. See you, Tanya.
Bye,
Hi,
Tanya.
Tanya. Good night.
Okay, silver hair stacker
Hey,
got
Chad.
it. Yeah,
Chad, the guy that you bought it from, did he know what it was, or was it just something you just had sitting there?
he knew it was gun parts. I knew when I looked at it because I was one of them. When I was a private, I had to lug that M60.
Oh, yeah.
I knew exactly what the parts were.
I was the
And,
tripod in our squad. I
Yeah,
was
and
the
that just
tripod
goes
hauler.
to show the people who got it. That's how you can know something from a time of your life, even the basic parts of it, and you'll recognize it like that. Just like
Can you smell it right
Chad,
now?
Chad, for the record,
Yeah.
dude, I was number 2 to get it, and I was in the Air Force. I never fired an M60 in my life. I fired an M16, and that's it.
how did you get it?
Because I guessed it looked bigger than an M16. I was like, "What's a machine gun?"
Are
Hey,
you
Lonnie.
serious?
Yes, I'm dead
Then I'm
serious.
glad you didn't win.
It's not fantasy football, Lonnie. This is not fantasy football.
Hey, Chad. Hey, Chad, take our.
Chad, do you think you
what-
could give Steve a trophy?
No, I don't want a trophy, but what would be cool, Chad,
Yeah.
take our winnings and donate it to the Wounded Warrior Project, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we
Oh,
want.
awesome. I would
let's
absolutely
do that.
happily do that.
It's a
That's
apropos.
awesome. So did you ever have to tear apart an M60, Steve?
No. M16, plenty of times.
Okay.
Not
And
an
how did you
M60.
know it was an M60?
I've fired them before. I've never broken one down.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I can tell you how.
How?
You sent
Well, a
us
lot of
text
people
and said
fire.
you found a bunch of stuff.
I was gonna say a lot of people
We know it's
fire
not an M16.
pistols, but they don't
Lonnie-
know what it looks like on the inside.
Lonnie used
I just
logic
had another
also,
sale, guys.
but he didn't do it fast enough. What'd
Oh.
you sell?
Who, Andy again?
I sold this.
Hey,
I
Chad.
sold this vintage Disney Mickey Mouse button for $16.99.
Ooh, I just sold
So
something.
just a regular.
Andy,
Hey, Chad,
Here's
don't,
Andy.
Hey, Chad,
And Chad also?
Silver Hair Stacker said donate his $20 as well to the Wounded
I
Warrior.
got to ask Silverhair Stacker. How did
Excellent.
he know what it was? What?
He said he bought one at a surplus store in 1962.
Wow, an M60 machine
Wow.
gun.
Yeah, at a surplus store.
He bought the whole gun?
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, don't use GSP for that when you sell it, okay?
Yeah.
No.
that's-
Yeah, don't use code.
Yeah.
What year?
But I can actually sell those parts. Yeah.
Don't sell it at all, Jesus.
And you can sell them on eBay, Chad?
Yeah. Yeah. You can. I've made sure. I found out that yes, you can sell. You cannot sell the receiver. You cannot
Right.
sell the.
Trigger Housing Group.
Yeah. I mean, it's legal to own the actual gun. You just have to have a special license for it.
Chad, you can sell those parts on eBay because I tried to sell something on eBay that could be used for airsoft or for an M16 rifle, and they pulled that shit down quick.
Wow.
I sold a
you-
decog red dot without issue on eBay.
I'm trying to remember what it was. A
Yeah.
butt stock. It was a butt stock, Chad.
Would you sell it
Dude,
right
you
after
can
the
sell
fact?
butt stocks for anything. Butt stocks are no
pretty
big
sure.
deal.
You sell 'em- yeah.
When I did my Gander Mountain haul, I was selling clips to 9mm and everything like that. It'll tell you, like, it'll flash when you say this may be taken down, but mine never were. You know what I mean?
Wow. It's weird what they will allow and won't allow. I mean,
But that
you
was
could sell
fun.
bayonets.
I can't believe
Yeah,
you
that
guys
was
got
fun.
that.
Bayonets.
Of course, if anybody was in the military, that's what I was expecting. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I recognize that. Shit, yeah. Yeah.
How much you think you'll make off of that, Chad?
I have no idea. I haven't looked any stuff up. I can list it on Gunbroker too. So yeah, I mean, how many freaking what kind of people are out there buying parts for an M60 machine gun?
Yeah.
It'll be neat to find out though if you do.
Terrorist.
Well, yeah, like if you get it overseas to the Middle East or Gaza or something, maybe don't send it.
Yeah.
No, it's all US.
There's
They're all
plenty of-
US.
I think any gun parts you can't send.
You can't send
or
overseas.
nothing. No. not at all.
That,
There's
that
plenty
might have
of
been the
gun
mistake I made.
enthusiasts.
I may have had it on GSP. That might be why they pulled it down. I don't. It's
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
years ago,
those
maybe.
grenades that I sold, you know, they want to keep
Mhm.
that stuff in
What?
the country.
Yeah. Even a scope cover. I was selling scope covers, and you can't send those internationally either.
Wait,
I
Steve,
bet
you
I
haven't
know.
heard
I
about
bet
the
I know what
grenade?
scope covers.
Because
you-
I can buy airsoft and weapon parts like that are allowed in Canada. I can buy them from overseas all the time without issue, including ammunition. My buddy's last rifle he bought, his Savage, came right from Russia.
Yeah, but they're airsoft.
Wow.
No, his Savage was a real gun. His Savage is a 226. I don't know.
Some of
what
those
it is.
airsoft parts will fit
That's a real
good.
gun. Like he bought a real
Yeah.
gun, surplus stock from Russia.
I don't
which
think
shipped right to
any of
Canada.
us have a problem. We shouldn't have a problem with not selling firearms and military gear overseas, right?
Yeah.
That shouldn't be.
I don't.
That shouldn't be an issue with us.
No.
No, we don't sell stuff overseas. Absolutely
His,
not.
his gun came from Russia, all new old stock. It was all oiled up, everything.
That's crazy.
nice Savage. Yeah.
And they actually sold it as a. Oh,
Yeah, it came.
Like, did they
It
say
came-
it was a?
It came shipped to the gun shop near him, and then he had to go down with his license, pick the gun up, and he owned the gun. And
Sure.
it came right from Russia.
Yeah,
But-
that's the thing. There's a special
Yeah.
license you have
To be able
have.
to order
That's
it, yeah, he can import it. Yeah.
The big
Yeah.
difference right there. Big
Right.
difference.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. So who's got another?
No, we
There
were
was a
on
couple-
you. We were on you. The one-
Oh yeah, Chad interrupted you.
Well, that's
I
okay.
told you he was going to.
I don't even. Oh yeah, no, I do. I remember now what I was going to do. I was going to show you the printer that I have. real quick, because that's another one that people always ask, what's the laser jet printer? And this is the one I have. It cost, yeah, I think it shows right there. Oh, a second here. Share here. So it shows what, 158 bucks. I think I bought mine for 139. But it's a really good little brother printer, laser jet. I think in the whole time that I've had it, which you can see it says right there, I bought it in March of 2015. I think I went through 2 toner cartridges, and I think the toner cartridge was like 23 bucks. So yeah, it was not bad at all. So that's the printer I use, and you know, it's got a scanner and all that crap too, so that I don't ever use it. But
that pays for itself quick, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People with inkjets, they know that ink gets pretty pricey when you print a lot of labels. So, all right. So, anybody else got anything for
we got one.
tips? Okay, so
we got 12 more.
Oh, go ahead, Lonnie.
Oh, okay, Lonnie.
No, and that's fine. No.
No. I did one a minute ago with the vinegar. Y'all go. I have 12 more though. How long do we have tonight?
Okay, we've got. Did you want to do this one?
Go ahead. You guys see this on our channel all the time.
Okay.
Oh yes, that's an awesome one.
Yeah. We do pots and pans.
So we do a lot of stainless steel, and this thing, it makes it look.
It's called Barkeeper's Friend.
Barkeeper's Friend. We'll also rub this on some stuff. We'll just put these two together since they're basically the same.
But this Barkeeper's Friend, it's like a powder you sprinkle on there, and it will make anything look amazing. It's great
incredible.
to clean in your house with all the time too. It's
and
awesome.
You can buy it at like Walmart has it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like
$2. Yes, it's not difficult to find.
And by the way, it's not just like we use it on other surfaces too, like other cookware that might be nonstick or whatever, and it still does a fantastic job of cleaning it. So
now
experiment with it.
Stuff, have you guys ever tried Flitz?
Yeah. What is it?
Flitz. Flitz. Smells like straight cat piss. It's a blue polish.
We'll pass on that.
Yeah. Some of the best polish you'll ever use, though. I used to use the Barkeeper stuff, and then I got the Flitz stuff. Reeks, but it'll make any sort of tarnished metal look brand new.
Wow.
Incredible stuff.
Yeah, the cat piss kind of.
It stinks a little.
Bit.
It stinks. I mean, as long as you're not right in there with your face.
Oh, I've never seen it before.
Steph's looking it up right now.
It
comes in a tube.
Fiberglass and plastic polish.
Yeah, it'll do fiberglass, plastic, metals, whole bunch of stuff. But it's really, really good on metals.
We'll get
you can usually get it like at a hardware store. A lot of times, like the old hardware stores usually have it.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm getting some.
There you go.
But I'm going to wait first for affiliate links. If you want to put them in the chat or in the links after, then we'll click on them so that way you guys can get your credit.
In there.
All right, Lonnie, go for it. You got some more?
Oh shit! I was joking. Actually, no, I do have some more.
Better.
Okay, so you know what? I'm done, dude. It's like 9 o'clock. It's like 9 o'clock. I've got a lot of other stuff on here. I've got like tape/media that I keep around to test stuff with. You know, VCRs and camcorders.
Well, go through them quickly then, just like that.
Turbo.
And then, I'll do that real quick. And then, okay. And so I buy a foam board from Walmart to take my photos on. And then every now and then I'll just swap it out. They cost like $1 a piece or something like that. That's what I take all my photos on. And the foam board is awesome because when you shoot on that foam board, you get a nice white surface and the light bounces off. So it like lights kind of the back of the item too and the sides. So you get like a really nice, like not shadow free, but really soft shadows when you use that foam board. So I like that.
Nice.
That's a good tip.
And watch opener. I just bought this, so I haven't really tested it out yet, but just this is like an $8 kit of like watch opener stuff.
To change batteries and stuff.
Yeah. And then I've had this one for a while. This is the one that you can adjust down, and then you can like open up the watch back to change batteries.
What's
Chad,
that?
the same one? That's the same one I have.
What's that?
Yeah, we got the same one, dude. That's like
great minds think alike.
Yeah, like $7-8 or something. So whatever.
That's really cool.
Because I mean, look, I've bought batteries at Walmart before. If you buy a few there, they're like $4 or $5. If you buy them on eBay, they're like $1.50, $2. They're like super duper cheap, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Sweet.
Good tips, Lonnie.
You got any more, Lonnie? Any more quick hitters?
Yeah, I have two more, so I'll let somebody else go.
Right.
I got another one really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, Shane.
Oh, go ahead, Shane.
So basically, I picked this up from a thrift store. Usually they sell. Sometimes they sell pretty good. You can usually sell them on Amazon or even eBay for a good price. But I'm going to use this one, and I had one before, but mine fried. And this is a component selector. And what I have is a little TV down in my office where I basically can hook up. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can hook up 5 gaming systems on this, and then I can select which channel I want to go to actually play that without actually unhooking one from the
sweet,
from the actual the inputs.
Very nice.
Is that like a KVM switch? What I was gone for a sec.
Yeah, so this is just an AV component selector. So basically, I just hook this. So I tie an AV cord off on the TV from this, and then I can actually hook up gaming systems on this to where I can switch back and forth because it still shows a picture on the TV on every one of them.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nice.
What you got, Andy?
I got a couple more.
Okay.
One of my favorite things to do, since I'm a clothing, I do a lot of clothing seller. You see the way knows. It's the Tide to Go pens. I love these things. These work amazing for getting like a little spot or whatever out of stuff, so you ain't got to wash or, maybe wash an item. They clean up hats and other, just cloth stuff like that really well. So yeah, I love these things. These are pretty decent. And what was the other? Oh, well, since you were talking about your printer. Yeah, one of the things I bought and I got here a while ago were these are the double labels on a sheet, the 8.5 by 5.5 printer labels. They come like 2 to a sheet.
Yep.
Usually I buy like 1,000 of these and they run about $25 or something like that with free shipping. So these are the Value Mailer brand. So I love doing these. There's no more cutting and taping labels and stuff like that. Super easy to use. Just shove them in your printer, and once I get a big stack of them where I've used all one side, then I just stack them all up, throw the other side in there, and then print out the other side.
Very good. And it goes through a laser printer, right? Or does it have to be?
Yeah, it goes through a laser printer, an inkjet printer, whatever. Yeah, they're really easy to use. Yep.
Because I know some of them you can't put through the laser because of the heat, but those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope. Yeah, this works on both. Yep. The Value Mailer ones are really good, and I think I get them through. I think the eBay seller is like 3B, but I think if you just type in Value Mailer brand, like I think it's like a 2-up label or something like that. But I know they're like 8.5 by 5.5, and then there's 2 on a sheet. And then another thing, when you do get these, though, you want to make sure you get the ones, because there's 2 different ones. You want to get the ones, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but the ones with the rounded corners. Yeah. They've got like a little round, so it makes it really easy to peel these off. Because otherwise, if you get the square corners, they're a little more difficult to get off.
Very good.
That's what she said.
Hey.
So I'm sure other people have thermal printers. I have the ZP450 Zebra. That's what I use. I got it for free through a clean out. I know they're kind of pricey, and I think there's other people that have some Dymos and stuff. I mean, thermal printer to me, I think it's a pretty good investment if you're going to be printing a lot of labels. But I think those split labels that you had as well, Andy, yeah,
I love them. I couldn't believe, like, after I got them, I couldn't believe that I used to cut and tape labels, and like how much just tape I used to waste, because I would cover like, well, I would always take my tape and I would like cover the entire label whenever I would, stick it on my package, and like going, I cannot believe how much just time and tape I would waste. Yep. These are just so quick. Just hit print,
post it,
tear them off, slap them on, good to go. They're so quick.
Dude, I used to do when Whitney found those labels for me. It was awesome. Like,
what's that? Yeah.
Whitney found those labels for me like 5 years ago. And I was like, you need to use these.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been using them for a couple of years, and I love them.
Speaking of labels, since I am very cheap and a reseller, FedEx has them for free.
Yeah, I get mine from UPS.
You peel it and it says FedEx on it, but the part you peel the sticker doesn't say FedEx. It's blank and it's just a half a sheet.
Yeah, well, back in the
200 of them.
day, back in the day, a lot of us kind of got blacklisted because we were ordering so many of them.
You
Yeah.
can only get 200 at a time.
Come
Chad,
on.
you're not
Anybody
supposed to
know
know.
what I'm talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking about? UPS and FedEx used to supply those for free.
They do still.
Well,
Yeah, but when you're
yeah.
selling 500 items in a
I can't ask for them
Yeah, but
anymore.
you
They
can-
just
you can only get a
randomly
real
send
small
me a couple
quantity.
hundred here and
Yeah,
there.
some of
Yeah,
us
if you only
kind
get
of got.
200 at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you only get 200 at a time, and if a salesperson calls you to ask you about how much sales you're doing, it's
Mhm.
true. We use FedEx we use the FedEx number that eBay has, so they don't use our number. So they
Right.
don't have a way to really even know how many you're doing. So, but 200 at a time is what we order, and we've never had a problem. But we're not probably selling as much as Chad, probably. But
Well,
Yeah,
I
I know.
don't
If Chad
sell
goes
much
and
at
asks
all.
for 3,000 pieces of
Actually,
Yeah, you're not supposed to resell them, dude. You're just supposed to
we
use
all-
them.
yeah, right.
People used to resell those, but I used to sell a
Oh my
lot more than
goodness.
what I do right now. But yeah. Oh, I got one more item.
All right, Chad, do it.
lay it on us.
This goes in our portable kit. This is the portable breathalyzer.
Are you
And
serious?
you need to keep it in your car at all times. If you ever feel, no, really, as you know, as just a human being, if you ever feel that maybe you're iffy,
Drink too much.
they do have portable breathalyzers, and we keep it in our car. Not that Kim doesn't drink at all, so if
So
I
why the
get
hell do you
drunk,
have it?
it's just one of those things we put in there. Yeah, I pulled
It's
it out when I
being
pulled this
responsible.
stuff out.
Wait, is
But
that
yes,
some-
you
not
can
court
buy a
ordered, right?
little portable breathalyzer. You just hit the button, and it says blow, and you blow it, and it'll tell you. So
That's what she
so
said.
Chad, if
Sometimes
you
the
have
state will just install one of those for a fee.
have a lot of fun on Friday night and you're going out garage sale on early Saturday morning, you hit that before you roll out, right?
yeah. This has nothing
so
to do
Chad-
with reselling. It's responsible
Yeah.
human activity.
Responsible. We used to
Yeah.
use
Okay,
it as a
let's play
drinking
a
game
game.
to see who could blow the highest when we were
Yeah,
having-
or-
What's your number gonna
9.9.
Right now.
What's your number going to be, and then blow it, and so we'll see
Yeah,
how close
guess
you
what
are.
it'll
Hold
be
on,
first.
let me put my
Before
batteries.
you
Guess
blow
Chad's
it.
number.
Let me put some new batteries in
Before
it.
you
because
blow
it
it.
wasn't turn it on.
Are we?
Oh, it's-
Are we?
How
all
many have you
guessing?
had?
It's low. I've had a 6.
You have to say a number before you
Wait,
blow
wait,
it.
a 6-pack.
A 6-pack?
Yeah. That's the name of the damn show.
Okay, hold on. Oh,
I
5,
guess in the
4, 3,
Wait.
2,
Wait.
Wait, what do you
How
think
much
it's
have you
going to
drank?
be?
Shit. 0.8.
Legally drunk.
0.8 he's
Hold
saying.
on.
Okay,
Hold
he's
on.
saying 0.8 for a 6-pack.
0.08. Hold on.
This is great.
I think we all need to get one for the show.
What kind of show
Yeah.
does it? Right?
Everybody on the show should have one.
This is how we should end the show to see who's drinking the
Oh,
most.
yeah.
Good idea, Jory.
What's that say?
I don't know. What does it say?
0.
Hold it steady.
Oh, I don't
No,
think.
not 0
Hold it
point.
steady.
It's
0.4.
No. I kind of blew on
0.1?
it and made it 0.11. So
Oh,
would
I
be
guess
in trouble.
0.2.
Crap.
I
I would
win.
be in
No,
trouble.
I win. Me and you tied, Dwayne.
I said 0.12.
Lonnie.
Lonnie does not like to lose. Lonnie does not like to lose.
I said 0.12. You said
Fuck
0.02.
you, Dwayne. I won.
0.12.
0.12. That's kind of high.
Lonnie
Huh?
immediately
No,
negotiates
he's
a
at
tie.
0.11.
Okay. You win. You win.
Oh my goodness, Lonnie. Terrible.
Yeah, what's crazy is, dude,
Oh.
guys, I have been drinking for like, I don't know, 30 freaking years. And I drank really bad in the military. And I could still drink a 6-pack and get like legally drunk. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I started at the beginning of this show. So, but yeah, I'm all
just,
good for a
see,
It's not bad to
6-pack.
have one of those.
In Utah,
not-
they just dropped the legal limit to 0.05.
That's like a
So,
fourth of a
it's
beer.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
like
It's like
smelling one.
half a beer, right? Well, we have 3-2 beers, so you can still drink a 6-pack and you're still at 0.05. So
Hold on, let me try it one more time. Just let's give Lonnie the benefit of the doubt. What'd you
Oh
say,
my
Lonnie?
goodness.
oh my God, he said 0.02 for
I
hell's sakes.
lost.
Lonnie, you would love California because they would give you a trophy every time, buddy.
That's fucked up.
You want to see my trophy, by the way?
No. Hey, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Hey, Dwayne. You've got some viewers in other parts of the country that it's like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and I'm sure you appreciate them being here, but that's freaking
We
insane.
do.
3 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Bianca
there.
and Bumcrack
That's
Pickers.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Bumcrack
Yeah,
Picker,
it
he's a trooper. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you very
I
much
think he's a vampire.
for showing up. I think so too. I don't
And
think
he's got a great name.
He was at your
Yeah,
auction
just
last
don't shake
night,
hands
and
with
then
him,
he
right?
Don't shake hands with that guy.
I know.
was at our yard
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's hardcore. Thanks for being here,
Yeah,
guys.
he is, that's for sure. Yeah, thank you very much. So, anybody
you
else
blow?
got anything?
I will
one
put
more.
this in the
Blow.
mail, and we will mail it to who's next on the who wants it next, and then they can.
Why
blow
don't we
it
all
next
get one
show.
like
How much does it
Jory
cost?
said?
How much does it cost?
Dude, I've had this for like 15 years. I have no idea.
Up right
Wow.
I'll check on Amazon.
Let's calibrate it with a bunch of nickels taped together.
Yeah, it's just a portable
$12.
BAC.
$12.49, $19.99, $9.05. They're pretty cheap.
Yeah, they're not.
I think it was a good idea. Jory said
Everybody
we should
should
all
actually
have
have
one.
one. Yeah.
Let's do that.
We used to have one for a drinking game. I'm gonna order one right now.
We have one.
Hold on.
We
Let me
all
use
have
my
it.
affiliate link. Somebody give me an affiliate link. Hurry up.
Done.
So,
Dude, you know what would be good
anybody else have
business?
one or what?
Yeah,
Stand
I got one more.
Stand outside of a bar and sell these
I got
for
one more.
$20 a pop.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Silica packs. All my storage bins have a silica pack or two in the bottom for moist
Ooh, good idea.
for my electronics.
I
keep
always wonder
every-
about those.
Well, I keep
How long
everything
do
in a
they
storage
last?
unit too, so I don't know. I just
How long
change
do
them
they
out every
last,
couple
Dory?
months. I have no idea. I've never actually checked that. I just swap them out every couple months, or get lazy and just throw a couple new ones in there and leave the old
Yeah.
ones at the bottom. But yeah, every bin I have that's closed up in the storage unit, I throw a silica pack or two in there. Electronics.
Good idea.
I got
That's
one
a
of my
good idea.
beef jerky one time and thought it was like seasoning for it, so I opened it up. That was many years ago, though.
Goodness.
My dog ate one once and he threw up everywhere. It was disgusting.
Aw.
That's when you were doing all that drinking in the military, right? And then you just had seasoning on your.
Hey,
So,
we got another one.
okay, go.
We
Okay.
talk about these all the time.
We use these
Turn
to,
this way.
like when we straighten out like pots and pans, it's a rubber mallet. And if you hit somebody in the skull with one of these, it doesn't explode. It will stun them. No, and they will go unconscious, but there won't be like this giant explosion. You won't put a hole in their head. Let's put it that way.
There's like
So it
the
comes in
shady
handy.
car mechanic gluing stuff together, and then there's the pot and pan resellers banging out shit together. You're like the Matilda parents for the pots and
Yeah. But it really does, like a rubber mallet. If you're just trying to gently straighten some stuff out, you can, it'll come in handy. I'm serious. It works wonders.
So does like a little mini suction cup to get dents
yeah.
out of things. Those are good.
Out of the speakers also.
Dent pullers.
The woofers and tweeters.
Mother's Mustache had a question for anybody that knows anything about mannequins with magnetic arms. Where to get a good place
We
to get
have
it.
one.
Mine does. Do you? Mine doesn't. I don't have any arms on my mannequin at all. So
We have one, but we got it from a
Oh.
local.
Wait,
that was
Yvonne
going out of
Flippin'
place.
Easy has
Yeah, her.
she's got a video on it. She made hers into one. She made it
yeah.
into a magnetic arm one. So if you've got
Oh,
a
there you go.
non-magnetic, check her videos.
Like she literally posted about that today on Instagram, like today.
oh, good.
Oh wow, that's weird.
There you go, Mother's Mustache.
Wow.
Yeah, that is.
I'll be right
There you
back.
go.
I'm going to drive up to the gas station to get some cigarettes.
Don't do that, Chad. Chad, no!
That's funny.
No.
All right, Andy, you said you had another.
I got a couple more. Yeah, one of the things I use a lot for doing shoes. This is called Doc Martens Wonder Balsam. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this or not. It's a it's like it's a leather conditioner. It works really good for like cleaning up like old leather shoes and stuff like that. It's like it's got coconut oil, beeswax, and lanolin in it.
So it doesn't matter
Tino, the
color,
Soul
huh?
Advisor. What's that? Yeah, I mean, it makes a huge difference, especially if like your shoes are like kind of really worn and dingy. This stuff works really well.
But it doesn't matter the color, is what I was saying.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just got like this little. That's what it looks
Clear
like on the
base.
inside. It's just like this heavy kind of wax, and it's got a little applicator sponge that comes inside this little tray. But it works really good for doing shoes.
They also
Cleans
said in
and
the chat
protects.
about doing
Yeah,
it on
they've got there's a bunch of YouTube videos. I mean, you guys can check out if you guys want to see how this stuff works. But like how they'll take and just bring back
Nice.
to life like old Doc Martens or old leather boots, like Red Wings and stuff like that. This stuff works really good. I got this idea from Tino, the Soul Advisor. He's a huge shoe seller and blah blah blah. But man, yeah, this stuff he brags about this quite a bit. So I gave it a shot, and I really like this. This works really
Nice.
good for doing shoes.
And Barb just said in the chat that it also works really good for doing purses. So
Yes.
Any leather. It's just a really good leather conditioner. Yeah, I've used it on any leather product. It works really great for just really cleaning it up, bringing it back to life. I mean, brush it real good and, clean it up first and then go over it with that Wonder Balsam. And man, it just really pops your leather. It's really nice.
Rod
use
it.
saddle soap too.
What's that?
Rod it one by doing.
Yeah, do you ever use just the straight saddle soap too for cleaning the leather?
It's essentially like a saddle soap, but it's
Yes,
just
yes,
like I
yeah.
said, it's just a little different. Like I said, it's just coconut oil, lanolin, and beeswax. That's basically all that's in there. It's just like their own little formula. But yeah, they got there's some really good videos on if you just type in Doc Martens Wonder Balsam, like on YouTube, and you'll see like people using it and stuff like that as compared to other conditioners and cleaners. It works. It's amazing, like some of the stuff that people do with it, and yeah, it's worked really well for me.
all right, I have one more, and then I'll turn it over to Chad there. For those that were in the military, I'm sure they all know all about Neverdole. Okay, this works great for polishing any metal. Yep,
Thanks
see,
a lot,
there's Chad's got
Dwayne.
some. But it is a wadding and it has a solvent on it.
In the Air Force, they just
and
hire people to polish the stuff for us.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, it'll polish any metal. In case you need to polish it. Some of course you want the patina on it and stuff. But yeah, it's really nice, and a can will last you probably 10, 15, 20 years because you just pull it out, you use it, you put it back in. I mean, so you can see how that one's dirty, but you just put it back in. And I've had this one for, I don't know, 8 years probably.
Dude, I swear I've had mine for 10 years, dude. I have had this for 10
my
years.
goodness, look at
And
that.
and it's still freaking full.
Yeah, they last
I'm
forever.
telling you guys, it for high gloss car parts, chrome, you name
Yeah,
it.
Good
really
tip.
good on chrome.
Yes.
That's a good tip.
Guys, you need to have this, and this is another one of I pulled out my 3 best items that I would recommend to anybody for cleaning. It's the Neverdole. It is any type of jewelry cleaner, because you'd be surprised how well you put a nasty ass gold or a silver a piece in this for 5 seconds and it comes out like forever. And then the other one is Barkeeper's Friend.
Yep.
This is a soft scrub. And I mean, if you get something that's like really, really hurting, you could put this on it and then wipe it down and use it as a soft scrub. Holy cow. Yeah. You can use
So
this
wonderful.
on your kitchen appliances, your stainless steel refrigerator, stuff like that. It don't matter.
Awesome.
But that's it.
All right, who's got some more?
All right, since you guys talk about cleaners and stuff, I got another one. I use Brasso for cleaning like the pins on like game cartridges and stuff like that, like the Nintendo cartridges. Any of the cartridges when you tear them apart. Brasso works great for cleaning them pins up. Or like if you tear apart like the Nintendo game systems, you pull the pin sets out, you can really clean that up really well with the Brasso. It works great.
There's speaking on those consoles too, you just reminded me of something. There's something you can buy called the One-Up card cleaner, and it's basically a card with solvent on it that you just stick in your consoles, and it just cleans up the pins and everything. It's super cheap. They're a couple bucks for a pack of them, and you can fold the cards.
Just cleans those contacts.
Yep.
Sweet.
Wow.
The Q-tip and alcohol work the same too, but if you're lazy and just want a card sitting around to swipe quick, they're cheap.
Very good. All right, guys. Well, I think we've been at this for what, 2.5 hours. So unless somebody else has something that's amazing, we should probably call it quits.
Okay, I got two, Dwayne. So whenever I do videos on my phone for items that I'm selling on eBay, I use this little thing. This is a little thing for your phone that'll little tripod adapter on the bottom. It'll hook up to a standard tripod.
Nice. Quarter 20
like bolt or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get these for like a couple bucks on eBay, like literally like $2.50 or something.
But what are you doing with it, Lonnie?
It pinches your phone.
Whatever I self.
Just to hold it up to take a picture.
Or no, like video.
When he's doing his video and he puts it on eBay.
Oh.
I use it, or like, what are y'all using right now on your phone? How are you holding your phone up?
It's a different type of. It's basically.
It's same thing, tripod. But I thought you meant you were holding it to make a picture.
No,
picture of something.
Just video.
No, it's just a tripod adapter to put your phone on a tripod. I think it's good to have that around in general, but I do use it for selling sometimes. And then the other thing is clothespins. So this is like an integral part. I think this is like $1 something for this big old thing of clothespins, and this is an integral part of my inventory system. And I have some bags here ready to go. These are actually labeled as T-shirts, and I have clothespins on each one of them with the same label here. So
very cool.
Y'all want to know more about the clothespin labeling system thing? That would be another video. So
yeah,
right.
Good job, Lonnie.
Somebody in the chat brought up a great one that all clothing sellers is a lint brush or a lint roller. I always put those when I put it on my mannequin. I rub it down or lint roll it all so I can get good pictures. But yeah, that's one of those things that you don't even think about. It's second nature now.
Like rubbing your mannequin down is something.
Yeah, Armando really likes that. Armando. No, you're Armando. Fernando. Sorry, yours is Armando. Fernando.
Don't rub Armando down.
I mean, you think about it. We use a lot of tools. I mean, if you actually think about all the tools that the normal Joe, wouldn't even consider. It's like, I use that to clean my 2018 Corvette,
Right. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this show, because I knew that all these people here have a wealth of knowledge of little things that they use or that they found over time that make their job easier.
Honestly, even to just buy a mini socket, mechanic, and screwdriver set will come in super handy for just all the Phillips screws for battery packs and flatheads to pry little things open. I mean, I have a whole assortment of tools, but having a couple
Dwayne, I gotta tell you, dude,
super handy.
What's that?
After 32 episodes, isn't this episode number 32?
It is.
You hit it out of the park with this topic.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so.
It's a good one.
Well, yeah, I like it too. So, because I learned stuff tonight, I was more interested in hearing what you guys had to say, so I could use it.
Yeah.
And here's
how we
thing.
felt.
I think we all felt the same way.
Yeah,
Dwayne, exactly. We learned a lot.
And everybody, how about this? Whoever's hosting it, and it doesn't have to be done with money or anything else, but whoever's hosting it for that week has to try to come up with something to stump not only the panel, but the viewers. You need to stump them.
Cool.
And I thought I stumped
that's easy.
I didn't think anybody would recognize that unless they were like either a grunt or a
savant
or an MP. So
this was
to come up with something to stump everybody.
That is another thing
Like-
too. Down in the chat or in the comments below after this video is posted, put any other things we might have missed because we'll come back and revisit it and look at it and see
Yeah.
what we missed too. Because I'm sure there's tons of stuff.
There really was a lot of and we're on this show and we were watching and we kept going. We were saying to each other, oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. It was like so many.
Exactly
It was
right.
really great.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So next week, Lonnie, you're on the schedule. You good?
Wait, time out though. Isn't next week Super Bowl Sunday?
Yes.
Is it? Oh yeah.
geez.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah,
skip that one.
Let's skip.
New Orleans isn't in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl,
we'll
I
have
don't think.
I don't give a shit who's playing in the Super Bowl. Let's have the show.
Does anybody?
Yeah.
Is anybody's
I want to
team
watch
in the Super Bowl?
I would love to watch Super Bowl. Honestly,
Yeah.
I want to see
Yeah, I
Tom
think I'll
Brady.
watch.
Yeah, I'm watching.
He's the Tom Brady of Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
your boyfriend's playing in it.
Go Eagles.
Oh.
Well, Chad,
So,
looks
okay,
like
then
it's
we
us
will-
and you.
Yeah.
No,
We'll
there's
skip,
going to be a lot of the subscribers will probably want to watch it too. Watch the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
so-
That's true.
Yeah, we'll skip it for next week, but then next week after that, which is what, the 15th, right?
Wow.
Fourth? I don't know what.
15th
the
of
10th,
what?
right? The 10th. I'm just easy. The 10th of February. Or 11th of February. What the hell?
And that's going to be Lonnie on
Yeah.
the Garage Flips. So
Yeah,
Lonnie
we'll
will
go
be
to-
able to do the whole show about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be, Steve.
Boom or bust.
Tom Brady sucks balls.
Remember, we're all supposed to collect polo shirts for Chad.
So, all right, guys. Well, John, do you have any last words?
This was fun, guys. Thank you for watching.
Lonnie, right as you grab your Mexican water there.
Urine sample.
Lonnie, yes, no, maybe so.
Lonnie's got nothing.
That was your last word?
Learn your M60 machine.
Can't hear
gun,
you.
is What he's saying.
No, okay, because I can't hear you. So now I may be deaf and all, being in the military, but you're muted or something. What about you, Chad? Any last words?
Yes. Don't drink and drive.
All right, very good. Jory?
I'll leave you with a Rickyism. Beauty is in the eye when you hold her.
That sounds like a tuner.
Nice.
A tuning.
Andy?
First, I want to say, John, that Smashing Pumpkins shirt you're rocking tonight looks awesome on you. So I don't know wherever you got it. It looks
Nice.
amazing.
Very nice.
Yeah, where did I get this?
Yeah, I don't remember where you got that, but yeah, it looks amazing on you, buddy.
Dude,
And,
Dave Matthews is 10 times better than the Smashing Pumpkins. Really?
No way.
What is-
Oh my
Dave
god.
Matthews.
No way.
No.
Dude,
There we
Dave
go.
Matthews
Poser
is
fan.
timeless.
They're terrible. Don't even stop.
Yep, and I got me a nice little
Matthews.
list of some things that I didn't know about tonight. So yeah, it's definitely a great show, Dwayne. So yeah, I loved it tonight. Definitely great job.
Sugar Bear said, I had to drive, Chad. I was too drunk to walk.
That's not good.
All right, what you got, Shane?
So,
Last final words?
Yeah, definitely. Just want to thank everybody for watching. This was an awesome show, and I have a list that I also didn't know about, especially some of the things like Tanya, that Gooby Gun or whatever. I already ordered that on eBay, so.
Cool.
Yeah, Sharpie remover. I'm skeptical until I see this shit.
I ordered it, and it's 2 for $8 or $8.95. So
Well,
I'm gonna,
let me know how it goes.
Yeah, I'll let you know for sure.
Steve and Steph.
Before we say goodbye, we'd like to say that Dave Matthews is known for polo shirts.
But, what we'd like to say is enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life.
Very good. All right, and with that, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks when it's on Garage Flips channel. Don't have too much fun now, right?